We are back with our second book, episode 12. Episode 11 was Psychic Defense. Our love book is The Science of Love. I was going to do this on my Patreon account, but this book was given to me, was told to me by my spiritual brother. And he gave this book to his daughter. And his daughter never been the same after this book. So this book is something you sisters need to have. It is a very powerful book about the science of love by John Baines. If you can find it, you want to get it. And your daughters need to read it if they read, or you need to read it if you read. So I'm going to, Spirit, I was like, Spirit, I can't, they need to know this so bad because of all the dating advice and all the information, the misinformation out there. So I'm going to do this one on YouTube as well. Y'all, I told y'all I read more than one book at one time. So let's read it. And he has an introduction in here to readers. So it's The Science of Love. Put it in your cart if you can. Put it in your cart because you're going to want this book. Look at this insert for the reader and watch how the ocean just starts to boil. Dear reader, you are about to embark on a journey which could be compared to one across the vast expanse of seemingly perilous terrain. At the beginning, you see an image before you, the oasis that awaits you. In order to reach it, you will need to create your own roadmap on the way, discarding the invisible excess baggage that could slow down your journey. The weight of the emotional baggage and the fantasies that you carry with you unawares, and the obstacles that seem to spring up out of nowhere, in fact, are the road signs that will dictate the nature of your journey. The passage to real love obliges one to go through an arduous process of self-discovery, similar to Dante's descent into hell in the Divine Comedy, and his subsequent passage through the purgatory to reach the heavens. In the secret of love, in the science of love, you will lead through a meticulous examination of everything that is distorted with the current approach to love, revealing its darkest element. In other words, what love is not. Then you will be led through a profound expedition of fundamental, which will direct, I'm trying to catch this 3. Okay, let me go. Okay. Part 2 of The Science of Love. Then you will be led through the profound exposition of fundamentals, which will direct you towards perfection and deepest fulfillment. In other words, what real love is. This work synthesizes thousands of years of human behavior. Therefore, you will often experience uncanny recognition of your own emotional landscape or behavior unfolding on its pages. Y'all better get ready, because if y'all don't want to know nothing about this, don't get this book. This is advanced. It's a little advanced for some of y'all, but I was going to do this on Patreon. But then I thought, my spiritual brother shared this book with me, and he gave it to his daughter when she was very young. And he said she was so glad that he gave her this book because it taught her about the science of love between a man and a woman. And there's so much misinformation out there that you gonna have to read and be able to use your intuition on this. And I told you, I'll read 4 or 5 books at one time, 2 books at one time. So here it goes. I was going to put it, I was actually recording it for my Patreon, and I said, wait a minute. No, this needs to be on YouTube. All right. So here it is on YouTube. My other books I'll put on Patreon. It says, if true love be the goal, then reaching it will be the results of a process of profound comprehension, not the accumulation of simple information or techniques, nor the results of the piercing of Cupid's arrow. Instant love, instant enlightenment, and instant solution do not exist. To look for them can be self-deceiving. How many times did I tell y'all, you cannot microwave love? And this book said it, and this is the first time I've actually picked this book up since he gave it to me, since he told me to get it and told me about it, my spiritual brother. And I have been telling y'all this the whole freaking time. It's deceiving. And that's why y'all need this type of information. And that's why I'm here today, because all this false information, no. Stop believing everything y'all hear and read for yourself. Somebody else's opinion that's not playing games. You know, if you recognize yourself in this book and you are willing to earnestly and courageously look deeper within, it says you are halfway home. Each idea set forth is a sentinel which points, sentinel which points the way to self-knowledge and fulfillment in love. And for many may be the doorway to a new life. We wish you well on the rest of your journey. Y'all finna get an eye opener. Because I told y'all, I don't play games. I told y'all this stuff was serious than what y'all were thinking. All this dating, all these tarot, all this love, twin flame stuff. No, it's deeper than that. Y'all are working with distorted realities when it comes to love, because we've all been hurt, and a lot of people don't know what real love looks like. Until you've healed yourself, you have no idea what it feels like, what it looks like. And so you're sabotage. Y'all are run and sabotage somebody that was really trying to love y'all, and y'all done pushed them out the way. Now, I'm not talking about the game, the ones that played the games on y'all earlier before. Join my Patreon still on Love, Money, and Tantra, and we're going to be doing more books, because I got more books where this comes from. This ain't the only book. I just thought this one would be good for these young sisters in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, getting back out there after divorce, not knowing what's what. And like he said, that instant love, quote, instant love, instant enlightenment, and instant solutions do not exist. And to look for them can be self-deceiving. And that's what I was trying to tell y'all. You put yourself back in a karmic situation, trying to rush into another relationship and not learning yourself, not understanding your lesson, not taking time to get to know yourself. That's what I was talking about. So now you can look at a lot of this information that you're getting about love, all right, with open eyes, hopefully, with a little bit more clarity. So do get this book, put it in your cart. If it's still available on Amazon, I don't know. I'm sharing with y'all because my spiritual brother shared it with me, because they always share books with me. But I don't always share the books they share with me either. So y'all lucking up on this one, because I really was not going to give y'all this one in the open. So The Science of Love, John Baines, thanks to my spiritual brother, who has a daughter. You know, he has she's older, but he has a daughter. So he gave this to his daughter, saved her a headache of tears. A headache of tears, y'all. Y'all will thank me later, and I'm going to thank him too, you know, because I always thank him. But it says, okay, now the introduction, hermetism, like the 7 hermetic principles. In the animal kingdom, and I told y'all we had animal kingdom, crystal kingdom, plant kingdom, ocean kingdom, fire kingdom, and, you know, human kingdom. We have the different kingdoms, like the crystals are kingdoms. The minerals in the sea is kingdom. You know, different kingdoms. So in the animal kingdom, there is a collective soul for each species, which acts as an invisible directing force that manages the instinctive behavior of its members, i.e. regulating reproduction, seasonal migration, territorial and demarcation, etc. To the extent that man, Homo sapien, we're Homo sapien. Okay, look it up. Well, not everybody Homo sapien. So Homo sapien is a species of the animal kingdom his psyche is implanted with the intention of the collective soul or central computer, which maintain the status quo of his species, limiting and or prohibiting free will, individual thought, and individual evolution. This collective soul has been described by Jung as the collective unconscious, and through it the individual receives an inheritance which governs his behavior, appearance, feeling, action, and thoughts. Man believes that his acts are a result of his own volition, but in reality, he is only acting out the directives of the collective soul, therefore must resign himself to sharing the common fate of his fellow men, unless he is lucky even to reach a hermetic school. Through the study and practice of Hermeticism, man is reminded that he has also inherited another part, the divine spark or spirit. That's Aries. And I said that I've been told y'all about the divine spark. That's what ignites the woman, the ovary, the ovum. The spermatozoa is a divine spark in man, and that's how we co-create that. I like to call that the Big Bang theory. That's how evolution started, right? The Big Bang theory. So the man's sperm or semen is a divine spark to the feminine that has all the eggs of her lifetime in her. We talked a little bit about it in pop-up and in my other readings last night and today. Yeah, I think it was mostly last night when I drew the egg and everybody was in the mother, and we was talking about the chosen one. There you go. I was talking about that. So, and Aries represent the divine spark, everybody's passion, life purpose, what you come for, what are you here for, right? Which lies latent in the deepest recess of his being. Come on now. Come on, touch. All right. The science of Hermeticism has been passed on to us through the teaching of Hermes, T word, I can't never say his last name, Trismegistus, the wisest sage of ancient Egypt. And being both practical and modern in it, I got that book back there too. I got one of those books back there on him too. Y'all haven't seen that book, I don't think. It is also, it is as relevant today as it was in its Genesis. Like in the Bible, Genesis. In the beginning, in the gene of Isis. Genesis is Isis gene. In your beginning genealogy, chronology. The real time. Not the illusion of time construct, but the real time. Right? The author succinctly defines the science of Hermetism as the wise use of natural power. That is the conscious use of the law of nature. Man, as a microcosm of the universe, is subject to and cannot escape the law of nature, thus reinserting himself within the context of nature's laws, which up till now he has tried to bypass, ignore, or dominate, will lead him to knowledge of his inner world. Despite the vast technology and the scientific advances of recent years, man himself has not significantly changed. His brain essentially works in the same manner as it did over 2,000 years ago. His fears, hatred, passion, and anxiety still dominate all his actions. While science has brought us some knowledge of matter and energy, it has not shed any light on understanding the spirit and power which generates and maintains life. The conquest of the outer worlds has been successful, but the conquest of the inner worlds has been null. Therefore, very few can state with certainty, "I know myself," quote unquote. Hermetism is the masterly science of the universe, which is based upon the 7 Hermetic principles or laws of nature as follow. And I showed y'all that book and told y'all from book club to get that book too. The 7 Hermetic principles, right? Number 1, the law of mentalism. Number 2, the principle of correspondence. Number 3, the principle of vibration. Number 4, the principle of polarity. Number 5, the principle of rhythm. Number 6, the principle of cause and effect, which we call some New Age karma. We call it karma, but it's really the effects of your choices coming back to bite your ass or congratulate your ass. All right. And then 7 would be the principle of gender. Female and male, feminine and masculine, woman and man. These principles are pivotal as they clearly and simply affirm man's relationship to all as a microcosm. So if they're a microcosm, we're a macrocosm. Macros and micros. You in weightlifting, you count your gains, you count your macros, and you count your macros. So if they are masculine as micros, we're macros. Right? Because it has to be an opposite. It says man's relationship to all as a macrocosm, like cosmic, of the universe, the principle of correspondence. As it is above, so it is below. States that there is a correspondence or similarity among all cosmic phenomena, and the study of this analogy enables us to read the unknown commencing from that which is known. The law of nature dictates that if one throws a pebble into a lake, this simple act will someday influence the boundaries of the universe in some way. Similarly, the negative behavior of an individual may inseminate hatred and rejection around him or her, while the conscious and positive behavior of another can affect the integral transformation of the human race. Each act made consciously and constructively has the potential to change one's psyche and the psyche of others. The principle of polarity shows us that which is not desirable can be slain simply by changing its polarity and states. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has a pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degrees. Extremes meet. All truths are but half truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. For example, it is possible to change the vibration of hate into the vibration of love in one's own mind and in the mind of others. Stress can be polarized by conscious relaxation, intolerance by comprehension, and compassion, inertia by activity. In short, the art of polarization becomes a phase of mental alchemy or transmutation known and practiced by ancient and modern hermeticists. metaphysics, alchemy, Wajatep, Jedi, serpent in energy, serpent wisdom, Kundalini, spiritual awakening, spirit Kundalini rising, return of the Jedi. Now y'all get it. You become your own magician, your own metaphysics, bending matter in your favor. Either you want to or you don't. Either you think you can or you think you can't. And whatever you think, you're right. You're absolutely right. Gotta love this shit, don't you? Whew! God, you gotta love this shit. God, this is some good shit, ain't it? Because I'm a homo sapien. That's why I love this shit. This ain't for everybody, just so y'all know. The power of transformation, which results from the profound understanding and harnessing of the laws of nature, is the magical power of Hermetism. Hermetism. There it is. I knew I would eventually say it right. Hermetism. Its practical application and is tangible and should not be lost in intellectual theory or mysticism. It's intellectual theory or mysticism, right? Because it's the practical application. And what did I tell y'all about this knowledge? I said, I can give y'all stuff all day long, but if y'all don't apply this, it means nothing. It means nothing, okay? In fact, our physical reality and daily experiences are the perfect arena for practicing these principles and seeing the results. I've been told y'all, I've been said that. And that's exactly, I love when I see what I've been saying in a freaking book. Because I know what I'm talking about because I'm in tune with the universe, the laws of the universe, those 7 hermetic principles. That's what you got to master. Okay, let me not get excited because I'm excited. In fact, okay, Hermeticism gives the neophyte, the keys to accomplish the transcendental act of raising oneself over one's animal instincts and of activating the manifesting the higher intelligence of a true human being. That's ascension. That's Kundalini rising. That's spiritual awakening. But you got to put these into practice. Y'all going back telling people, snatching people's information or copying people's information does not get them to awaken. It does not. And if you're not doing it, it ain't going to get you to awaken either. Because you hear me reading it. It doesn't work like that. You can't snatch people's stuff and then go, but you don't know how to get there. That is not going to be practical. And nothing going to happen. It's going to look stupid. They're going to look like a fool, basically, because they don't know what they're doing. So you got to be able to understand all these different metaphysics books and practices. And it's more knowledge out there because it's all broken down and deciphered, and it's all in little snippets and bits and pieces and nuggets and different types of books. And this is just one book. This is not even the book I got, all the other books. So transcending oneself, and this is talking about y'all self. This is not even talking about me teaching y'all. This is talking about the individual true self. So look at it as I'm reading it. I'm looking at it as it's talking to me. And as y'all hear me read this, you'll look at it as you're talking to yourself. Like, this is what you need to be doing, not me, because I'm doing it. So y'all need to be doing it if you want to do it. All right. So transcending oneself. This is the key to Hermeticism. Transcending oneself is the key to Hermeticism. Now I can't say it. To Hermetism. To Hermetism. All right. This book addresses the current impoverished conditions of the act of loving. and the general ignorance of the meaning of love and of the unhappiness of those who fool themselves about their ability to love. Some people don't know how to love, y'all. They don't know what love is. They simply think they do, and they don't. They got a distorted definition of what love is. The inability to love brings spiritual bankruptcy rather than the rewards of genuine love. Listen to that. The inability to love. I'm going to get up a little closer. The inability to love brings spiritual bankruptcy rather than the rewards of genuine love. Whew. Some people are spiritually bankrupt, and that's why you cannot co-create with everybody, because they don't have the connection. They don't have the energy. They don't have the vibration. They can't get up that high. And y'all think it ain't levels to this shit? Okay. Keep thinking that. Go out there and create with whoever the hell you want to create and see how far y'all get. And see how far that shit take you. You'll find out real quick. Everybody ain't able. Everybody want to be Cain, but everybody ain't able. Okay? That's what I be talking about. There's levels to this shit. Love has two sides. One born of darkness, called for the purpose of this book, corrupt love, and another born of light called divine love. Oh, God! Oh, Lord! Here, fuck the he. That means them dark workers, corrupt love. Light workers, divine love. There y'all go. Answer the question right there. That's where you got. Some don't know how to love. And it's projected as hate, self-hatred, darkness. They hate everything. They hate anything beautiful, anything pure. Right? So it's triggering. It said, let me read that again. Shit. Love has two sides. One born of darkness, called for the purpose of this book, corrupt love, and another born of light, called divine love. Through the achievements of true love, man can realize the divine side of his nature, and through the practice of corrupt love, man can only know emptiness. Ooh, I'm gonna have all kind of orgasms off of this damn book. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my spiritual brother. Oh, God. Oh, God, I got the best spiritual brothers in the world. Woo! Okay. God. Downloads. I'm reading. I'm not even going to go into what I'm thinking. I'm just downloading. God. Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll just make my notes in my damn book. Mom, come back. Look, I'm okay, but I'm going to just make my notes in the book. Y'all don't need to know these notes. The aim of this book is to define the elements of true love by eliminating the darkness for those lost on the path of true love, restoring what has been sullied in man's nature, enlightening the dark side of feeling and passion, and putting the corrupt side of love to flight. Love must be reinvested with lost purity and freed from the effects of what religion terms original sin, dispelling immortality. This book is meant to free those who yearn for love, but who are held back by fear and hypocritical standards of morality. It is meant to train men and women to become masters and mistresses of love by transcending the limits of purely physical love to achieve mental, emotional, and spiritual union. Come on now. Can I get a witness up in this bitch? Can I get a I'm in motherfucking raw? Jeez. Who I got a hot flash. Good God. Get it on a good foot. Damn, did y'all hear that? I got a hot flash. Whew. As sex is approached without fear or reservation, the couple's path goes beyond marriage for convenience, money, and other accepted behavior. Did y'all hear that? As sex, it approached without fear or reservation, the couple's path goes beyond marriage for convenience, money, and other accepted behavior. Highly evolved men and women can stop poor imitations of love and find fulfillment through the spiritual dimensions of physical intercourse. This book will train couples to enter the spiritual dimensions of love and present the couple as a luminous example for the future. The perfect couple must be born in the present to counteract the critical state of couples today. And that's what I was saying about all them coaches. That's exactly what I have been saying about all those coaching. I said, y'all be careful. Don't just hook up because everybody hooking up. Don't be so desperate to hook up, because if y'all are growing, you're not worried about hooking up right now. You're worried about getting this stuff right so you can get to the right person. It's like I just said in the last, whatever I was on, I don't know what I was on, quality over quantity. And a lot of them will teach, go on as many dates as you can. I saw 3333 up there a minute ago. Go on as many dates. What do you need to go on dates for? What for? You can go out on a date, but are y'all going out on a date to hurry up and find somebody? Are you going on a date to really assess qualities? Are you sleeping with everybody you date? See, there's a lot. Everybody don't sleep with everybody they date. That's true enough. And I'm not saying they do. But we know sometimes people cannot control. They put themselves in a bad position. They put themselves alone with a person. And then the moment takes over. So we already know that as grown folks. We ain't stupid. My thing is, why are y'all dating so many? What's the point? If you're supposed to be working on yourself, have you gotten to where this book is talking about? Have you mastered that self? If you haven't mastered this self of them seven hermetic principles, what's the point of you going on a date? You're still not going to be able to recognize genuine true love. And it's going to be distorted, which is what he just said. You're still not going to get the Mr. Romeo or Boaz or whatever you want to call it in the Bible. You're still going to get a Jezebel, because y'all are rushing thinking I got to hurry up and find somebody because everybody is hurrying up and finding somebody. No, that's not what it's saying. You can go out all you want, but quality over quantity. And that because you go out with a person don't mean they're going to have that quality that you're looking for. You're going to get the data and you're going to date to get the information. And there's nothing wrong with that, dating to get the information or the data. Just don't be sleeping with everybody because it's going to bring you down. You just heard what I read. It's a lot of distortion out there. It's a lot of microwave. It's a lot of, I got to have it instant because everybody got somebody and everybody's getting somebody. That's the part I'm trying to tell y'all not to do. Not to date while you're waiting for your Prince Charming or your Cinderella or whatever. You can go out and date, but have some self-control and don't be trying to sleep with everybody y'all dating. Get the information you need to know. Get to know the person. Get to know the woman. Get to know the man. Fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't do that. That's not the part that's going to hurt you, though. The part that's going to hurt you if y'all sleep with them. That's the part that's going to hurt you. If y'all just out there dating and sleeping with everybody y'all go and get in contact with. That's the part that's going to have people. Matter of fact, that's the part that's got them spiritually bankrupt today with no soul. Because they done got so many pieces scattered out. And all that confusion. So that's what I'm talking about. Be very picky. Be very choosy. There's nothing wrong with being picky and choosy. It's quality over quantity. I ain't in no hurry. You ain't got to be in a hurry. Y'all can be in a hurry if you want to. That's y'all. But I'm just speaking for me. I ain't in no fucking hurry. We all still learning ourselves. Enjoy where you are. And when the right person come along, if you've been doing the work, Spirit is going to hook you up with the right person, the love of your life, the soulmate, because you got that divine union within yourself, that spiritual union I just read about. That part where it says, it is meant to train men and women to become masters and mistresses of love by transcending the limits of purely physical love to achieve mental, emotional, and spiritual union. You can't get spiritual union sleeping with everybody, having multiple partners. You can't get that way because remember, a man takes a piece of you with him and drops off a piece of him. So a man hit it and quit it, hit and run, is he come drop a piece of himself off in you and snatch a piece of you and take off. Quality over quantity. You want multiple men? You want 100 men or women to love you? Or you want to love that one man or that one woman 100 ways? You want to love 1,000 men or women? Or you want one man or one woman to love you 1,000 ways? You see what I'm saying? So quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Oh, I love this book. It's deep. Okay. And as sex is approached without fear or reservation, the couple's path goes beyond marriage. The couple's path goes beyond marriage for convenience, money, and other accepted behaviors. And people doing it for what? Marriage of convenience, marrying for money, and ain't done the work. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Highly evolved men and women can stop poor. I did that one already. Okay, let's go down here. I like this part. The perfected couple must be born in the present to counteract the critical state of couples today. Ooh. Marriage is not undergoing a crisis today, so much as the human couple itself. It is the couple who lives out of a comedy of love, limited by custom and habit, based on convenience and dollar signs and maintained by the physical side of love. It is the pathetic love that is limited by the body, lacking in warmth and content without affection and tenderness. So that means they don't even know how to be affectionate. That is somebody that lacks emotional intelligence, emotional affection. That is somebody that won't give y'all any time, any emotion, any energy, any type of emotional energy, right? They're hard, they're cold, they're callous, they're secretive, they're sneaky, and they're not communicating much, leaving you in the dark. So that's somebody that lacks, why they don't want you to get to know you, right? Yeah, you got to guard your heart space, but if you're dating, that's the time to get to know. If you're courting, that's the time to get to know. Right? Because you just ain't finna up and marry somebody you don't fucking know. You want to know that that's the person for you. Ask questions. You got to ask questions to get to know the person, to see if that person fits. A lot of data gathering is just asking questions, not avoiding questions. If somebody cannot communicate with y'all, they got a problem with communication. Is that your love language? Do you gotta must have that? You know, yeah, every relationship has to have communication. A lot of people are non-affectionate because of trauma still working on them. They still got trauma, wounds, mother, daddy wounds, rejection, whatever, abuse, whatever. So, wow. A lot of people marrying for the convenience of the dollar sign and just to be able to have somebody to sleep with. Just to be able to have somebody to go to bed with, to sleep with. Okay. It says, it is a pathetic love that is limited to the body, lacking in warmth and content without affection or tenderness. It is a dark and loveless coitus that chills the bones and subdues the intelligence and the spirit. Those who cannot rise above this condition and who are unaware of a hyper type of union are most uncomfortable because they don't know how to love. They don't know what it feels like. They're emotionless. They lack affection. They lack tenderness. It's a pathetic love. So now that's why you got people can be miserably married and miserably single. And that's why you can have a married couple be outside faking the funk, on pictures faking the funk. But inside that house is singing a whole nother sad song. Emotionally disconnected. Emotionally unaffected. Not affectionate, non-affectionate, because there's a disconnect there. So that because you see people being married or being happy, y'all, does not mean that they're happy married. It does not. And if they did any of this, if they got married under any of this that I just read, pretense, it's going to be a matter of time before that shit blow. It's going to be a matter, because you can't keep that charade, that fakery fuckery up for all that long time. If they married for money or married for convenience or married just for sex, it's not going to last. It's going to burn out way before. And you're going to look up and be like, what the fuck? Why they get divorced? They just got married. False pretense. Counterfeit love. It's a counterfeit love. Rushing because you see everybody else getting married. Rushing because you think you're running out of time. The contrasting concept of corrupt and divine are quite simple. The divine is the natural and the corrupt is the unnatural. Or the natural corrupted and perverted. Ooh. This concept will be treated in greater depth throughout this work. The natural represents pure nature, which has not been adulterated by human passion. The great deal of man's misfortune is due to the fact that although he lives in nature, he does not comply with her laws. Her laws. Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Gaia. Instead, man tries to govern his life by his own rules. Wait a minute. Humans and natural laws are at loggerheads, and nature sooner or later destroys the creation of man unless he learns to live in harmony with her. And that's for man or woman. So don't think that just because they're saying man, that they're only talking about men. Don't think that. That can go both ways. He's just using the gender separation, the polarity separation, because Mother Nature is feminine. That's why we call her Mother Earth, Gaia. So womb man, exactly. Womb man, WOMBMAN, because it's a womb, like I showed y'all last night. So womb man. So he's just using the distinction so you know, just like in tarot, we say Queen of Wands, but it could be a man. So that's why he went over the gender part. So there you go, Kanisha. Womb man. And the Bible said that woe is she, woe man. No, it's womb man. When you connect the dots and when you complete yourself, you go from woe man to womb man. You've completed yourself. So this is man and woman, because women have to learn how to get along with Mother Nature too. We have to learn to be in sync with Mother Nature too, just like men. You know what I'm saying? So again, but he's talking about man, but don't just think he's talking about man. Because if y'all are out of line as females, y'all are out of line too. So you're going to fall right with this man and not the womb. You're going to be, in other words, in your masculine energy and not your feminine energy. You're going to be in your giving, and not receiving energy, which is feminine. A responsible and mature view recognize that two basic forces exist in the universe: the creative and divine, the soul-killing and the corrupt. God and Satan is merely the name which symbolizes the manifestation of dark powers of death, dissolution, and destruction, are in the state of eternal war, and the ultimate outcome is known to us. Told y'all, we all of it. We God and Satan. We're all of it. Lucifer, God and Satan. It's just your polarities, the demons, Satan, God, angel, Christ. So Christ consciousness. So we're all of it. It's just going up Jacob's ladder through those levels, right? Through those chakras, through those vibrations, through those frequencies. Are you vibrating low or are you vibrating high? If you're vibrating low, we call that Satan. We call that Satan. We call that the adversary, the enemy, right? The lower man, the lower nature, the ego. All right. It has many names and different creations. So it symbolizes the manifestation of dark powers of death, dissolution, and destruction, are in a state of eternal war, and the ultimate outcome is unknown to us. Ooh. Boy, this is deep. Unfortunately, the world of Homo sapien is close to that of Satan's and too far from God's. This is so obvious that the great philosophers and thinkers have even said that upon contemplation, the world, they cannot believe that it is God's work, but rather Satan's. That's deep. Light and darkness struggle for the kingdom of the universe. We are still living in the dark ages of materialism, bestiality, and unleashed passion. Oh, shit. Observe how simple it is to destroy something and how tremendously difficult it is to create it. In human reality, chaos and disorder are present with much greater effect than power of an ordered structure. Mankind simulates love, and that is why love for man is confusing, sensual, deceptive, and soul-killing. In its present condition, love cannot fulfill man's once upon a time desire for a deep and true union with the loved one. Men and women separately are only halves of a whole. That's the yin yang. That's what I've been teaching and telling y'all the whole time. That's the yin yang, the feminine side and the masculine side. Parts of a whole. That's it. An incomplete reality of one total truth, totality, oneness, wholeness, nothingness. It is thus integral structure which lovers unconsciously try to achieve. Reality, however, reveals the fantasy of illusory desire. There are exceptions, though, to this general condition, just as there are men who live to be 120 or people who have never been ill in their lives. And amazingly enough, men and women who are saints, magicians, and immortal beings. And that's why y'all need to be careful, because y'all don't know if y'all entertaining an angel. You don't know if you're entertaining an immortal being. You don't know if you're entertaining a magician. Somebody that knows how all this shit is orchestrated. That's why. Okay. It is quite possible to form the spiritually centered couple through education, but this education cannot be taken lightly or viewed as a game. The inner training of the ancient temple of initiation through Egypt, Greece, and other places did just that. Only those who use their intelligence properly can aspire to the knowledge of the divine love. And what did I tell y'all from the beginning? I'm going to keep telling you, yeah, I'm going to rub this shit in. I'm going to rub it in right now. Because I know motherfuckers think I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I'm going to rub this shit in. Yes, I am. But what did I tell y'all? That people that got the knowledge, you're responsible. You're held to a higher fucking degree. And they can use that warply, good, or they can use it, bad, or they can use it good. They can use it in a good sense. And that's exactly what this man just said. So that means that's abuse of power. That's abuse of power. So if you're so lucky to get hold to something like this, you cannot abuse the power, which is why I don't give a fuck what people do or say, because I'm not going to abuse the power, the knowledge, and the intelligence that I gain myself from doing my work. If you want that type of power, go do the damn work and get your own type of power. See, that's that shit. That's the shit right there. I love to prove a motherfucker wrong. I love it. Sure do. Because I know I let y'all think I'm wrong till you fucking find out I'm right. And you gonna find out my ass right to goddamn day. Like you're doing right now. Let's read that shit again for those in the back, middle, and the front with a third-rate education that don't like to fucking read, but want knowledge, want wisdom, want power. You can't have power if you're not studying. It just said it. It just said it. You can't have divine love if you're not putting in the work. You cannot. Only only those who use their intelligence, the mind, properly. Only those that use their intelligence properly aspire to a knowledge of divine love. Those who are guided by base and selfish motives cannot imagine the existence of higher love. Cannot. What did we break down today? Imagine. Imagination, Ima, mirage, mirror. What did I break down today? Now you'll see, don't you? Was y'all on there when I broke down imagination earlier on the board? I erased it now. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Your Ima, your thought. See? See? That's all I'm going to say. See? They can't even imagine. It says it. Those who are guided by base and selfish motives, self-serving motives, hidden agendas, cannot imagine the existence of a higher love. That means they can't even imagine there's a higher self. So all they're going to do is do lower self stuff, demonic stuff, evil stuff, corrupt stuff. What? The devil's work. The devil's work. Satan's work. Come on now. Come on. Satan loved those that are his just like God loved those that are his. If we want to use the term God and devil. What? They are content with the simple mating habits of animals. Because it already said bestiality. Where was it at? Where was that at? Which is nasty. That's the dark ages with materialism, bestiality, having sex with animals, and unleashed passions. They savage. They uncontrollable sexual desires. So they getting married to hide that they are hoeing. And I told y'all about that earlier. Why get married? I think I told y'all about that earlier. If you know you a hoe. Why get married if you know you a dog? And go cheat on somebody that's not a dog or that's a good man or a woman. If you a hoe, be an honest hoe. Don't get married. Go out there and sleep with other hoes. Go sleep with other dogs with fleas. You see what I'm saying? The mark of the beast, right? The mark of the beast. Exactly. So a lot of people are rushing to get married, knowing damn well they're going to be still effing fucking with somebody else. But they trying to cover up through a marriage, through a union. So they don't be looked at as a hoe. Zombie apocalypse. Zombie apocalypse. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the dead sleep with the dead, goddammit. Let the dead sleep with the dead. Pastor, sorry, not sorry. Pastor, sorry, not sorry. I bet them pastors about to get this book. I bet these coaches about to get that damn book I got right here, though. I bet you they ain't know nothing about this book. Because, see, when you religious, usually a lot of shit you don't know. Because y'all don't want to read nothing but the goddamn Bible and then think you know everything in the world. You know, that's why you get still bamboozled. You know, don't want to read nothing outside the Bible. I used to be like that because that's what they told us to do. They told us, don't read nothing. Watch what you put in your ears. Watch what you put in your eyes. Don't watch this. Don't look at this. Only read the Bible. While they was brainwashing our ass and hokey pocus in our ass and keeping us asleep and keeping us in the dark ages. Not letting us be able to wake up and come into our power. Our sense of power. That is our protection. That is our protection. That is our protection. Okay. They cannot contain with the simple mating habits of animals. They achieve higher love. To achieve higher love, and unprogrammed and objective intelligence, which comes from conscious awareness, is necessary. This awareness can be reached in a school or initiation, but not through the programmed intelligence of rote memory, R-O-T-E, rote memory. This awareness can be reached in a school for initiation. So they got to get initiated into the higher level of consciousness, and some of them still abuse it. I don't even know if that's even doable, because if they don't have a heart to love, I don't know how much that's going to help. So I kind of, I'm like, I get what he's saying, but not after what I just read before that. So it don't even, okay. I'm gonna meditate on that one. Divine love is not an abstract or ethereal subject based on Platonic concepts, nor an idea which excludes, or limits the sexual aspect. On the contrary, divine love means attaining an integral love which covers every facet of love, not normally taking into account. Divine love aims for a love that not only satisfies the body, but also the soul, the mind, and the spirit as well. All people who operate from purely instinctual point of view are excluded from the possibility of obtaining true love, because the key to love is through transcendence of the baser side of nature. Dang. Somebody biting their lip. Somebody biting their lip. Somebody out there biting their lip. Biting their lip. Somebody dehydrated. What am I on, an hour already? I got to go. We got to do part 2. Corrupt love leads invariably to psychological and spiritual self-destruction. This dissolution is neither violent nor spectacular, but rather one produced gradually with the passing of time, which submits the individual to the raw force of nature. The subject, in effect, is gradually absorbed by nature's stronger principle, little by little, almost unwittingly losing his higher faculties, while his bestial side, the animalistic side, the savage side, the barbaric side is strengthened. The ego, a man who might possess exquisite qualities, becomes a bore, B-O-O-R, as a carcere, what the fuck? C-A-R-I-C-A-T-U-R-E. Shit, I don't know. I spelled it. Y'all better look it up. Of what he once was. I can't even pronounce it. my countryness won't let me. My dyslexia won't let me. Kara Karcher. Probably pronouncing it wrong. A woman, delicate, lovely, and refined, gradually becomes hard and vulgar. These changes are not necessarily the result of aging, but of the rupture of natural principle caused by a loss of interior innocence. The loss of innocence not only causes a loss of looks, but also causes a face to become dirty and contaminated in appearance, as if it were a silent witness of great interior sin. Reason for the makeup. That's the reason for the mascara. That's the deception right there. That is the deception right there. Cape that shit on so nobody can see the loss of interior innocence. That's it. Woo! No, look, wait a minute. Oh, So the loss of innocence not only causes a loss of looks. That's why some men love natural women. Because they can see you. Because they can see you for who you are. They can see you for who you are. So now we get into the real bone in the motherfucking back and the marrow. Wow. I gotta read that shit again. That really just, I almost gotta reach and catch it trying to fly over my goddamn head right about now. Okay, let's read that shit again. Those in the back, in the middle, and the front. These changes, okay, a woman delicate, lovely, and refined gradually becomes hard and vulgar. That's the masculine energy, right? That's the masculine energy. These changes are not necessarily the result of aging, but of the rupture of natural principle caused by a loss of interior innocence. Something inside, because of the bestiality, because of the hoeing, because of the multiple partners, because of incest, rape, molestation, being broken, wounds, narcissism, all that stuff that they've gone through, right? The loss of innocence not only causes a loss of looks, but also causes a face to become dirty and contaminated in appearance, as if it were a silent witness of a great interior sin. Shame, guilt, perversion, loss of innocence. Loss of child nature is really the loss of innocence. They're talking about the child nature, the pure nature, our purest nature. Wow. And that's why some people, like I told y'all yesterday, they try to glow from the outside in, but a natural person glows from the inside out. That Amen Ra sunshine radiates from inside out the person. So you feel that warmth and that energy, and you want to be around that person because you're feeling them rays and them tingly, and your little hairs are standing up and shit. You know, and you like, ooh, I just feel so good around you. That's why a lot of people want to hug me when they meet me, because they can feel my energy just being beside me. They always ask for a hug. Let me hug you. Because of that energy, that Amen Ra, that pure essence energy that radiates from my inside. From my inside. The little girl, the little girl, the little inner girl, the inner child that y'all have. A lot of people's inner child was raped, molested, stolen, beat, abused, called names. And this is for little boys too. This is not just talking about women. Though we make up ourselves, right? We don't want to put all that shit on. Weave and eyelashes and shit like a bat finna fly the fuck away, you know, and we overdo it. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all doing it, but the overkill. Nobody can see you. They don't know what you are. They don't know who you are. In this day and time, you can be a man up under there. To a straight man, you can be a man and they not know it. They don't like that. Now they can look here and tell by the Adam's apple, because that's a male thing. So they can tell they got a woman. You can tell by the jawline, the sink, the hands. You know, you can't even. Some women's fingers, I've seen them look so rough. They look like men's fingers, even with fake nails, because of all that formaldehyde, all that acrylic, all that damaging, that hardening of that skin. What is looking like, even with nails, their hands still look fucking rough. They don't look like feminine hands is what I'm talking about. Though they could be feminine, but that hardness, that vulgarness, it takes over. It takes over. Look at some women's hands sometimes with nails. Look at some women's hands sometimes with nails. And you, even though you're looking at the nail, look at the hands and judge for yourself if those look like feminine hands. Are those soft hands? Are those feminine hands? Now, I'm talking about the ash, because sometimes my shit be ashy, because I be washing all the time. I'm a nurse, so I constantly, I don't even have any, because I don't like germs. I'm a germophobic. I don't want none. I don't want nothing under there. But I'm just saying, that's OCD and everything else. But that's all right. I'm a good one. I ain't worried about it. So, I'm clean. True, my friend's hands were a little mannish. Exactly. Because of all the chemicals and all that stuff. And no matter how they try to dress up like a woman, though everything changes. It's saying it changes, right? The natural look of the person changes. Even with makeup, when you take it off, they look like a totally different person. And I mean, come on, really? Because of so many layers, it's so trying to cover up so much, trying to give that persona that, oh, I'm pure, I'm clean, I'm this or I'm that. No, you're sick. It's what the fuck that is with all that shit on, because it's going in your skin, which is the largest organ in the body. So all the toxins that the makeup is made of is going inside the body. So you tell me how they're clean. You tell me how they're not fucked up inside, because all of that you put on is going in from the pores, going in from the scalp. And we already said when you're wearing weaves, you're blocking the sun, you're blocking the crown where you get the rays, right? The connection, the pineal, the connection, the sun. So you're blocking out your antennas from receiving messages from the ozone. Because the wigs and the weaves put a layer above, and you can't get no divine connection from the source, because that suffocates it, that covers it up. So you get what I'm saying? But Amen Ra's people, but the Most High people, the children of the Most High, these are beings who reach old age with a clear forehead, the eyes, and who, despite the years, manage to keep a sort of internal purity. They are the ones who have complied with the laws of nature, or who have at least not violated them in the extreme. Did y'all hear that? Let me go back. Ooh, hold on. The contaminate in appearance as if it were a silent witness of a great interior sin. I said these. That's what threw me off. There are beings who reach old age with a clear forehead and eyes, and who, despite the years, manage to keep a sort of internal purity. They are the ones who have complied with the laws of nature, or who have at least violated, or who have at least not violated them in the extreme. So that means like the overkill of makeup, the overkill, doing too much, putting clown makeup on, putting way too much, not doing it in moderation. See, it's the moderation, it's the extreme. It didn't say, I mean, you can wear it, but it's what he just said is the extreme. In order to achieve the aim set forth in this work, the principle of Hermetic wisdom will be used, which will require the repetition of many words and ideas in order to bring the reader to an integral understanding of this teaching. Now we on part one. That wasn't even, y'all, that was the prologue. That was the prologue. We ain't even on chapter one, damn it. That was enough, okay? That was enough. We ain't even got to chapter one yet. That was the prologue. That's chapter 1. Then I say, write in your manual, in your calendar, read 30 minutes every night. Read, damn it. And then I say, write it on your planner. Read. Read, damn it. See? Look at the eye opener y'all getting tonight. And y'all think people was just saying, people like me and conscious people and awareness people, consciously aware people, not just conscious, is saying stuff just to attack y'all or to hurt y'all. No, we're telling you because of the laws of nature. We know and understand the laws of nature and living by the laws of that nature. So we know what's going to hurt the human being versus not what's going to hurt the human being. So we're not doing it to attack nobody. We're not doing it to make fun of nobody. But that's the truth. Is he's verifying everything. Everybody probably has already heard somebody say at some point or another along this spiritual journey. I won't be the last person you hear say this. I won't be the last person you hear say this. And the more knowledge y'all get and gain, y'all gonna come to find out, yeah, that shit true. Why when we go witchy poo, everybody this and everybody that and everybody long hair, and that ain't about freedom. It ain't got nothing to do with fucking freedom. It ain't got nothing, I can do what I want. No, it don't. It got to do with that law of nature is what the fuck it got to do with. It got to do with the law of nature. Anything in excess is too much. Anything outside of moderation is unbalanced. It's about being moderate. It's about being minimal. It's about being simplistic, simple, right? It's about being modest, doing things in moderation so you don't harm the body, so you can live a long time. Ooh. Yeah, because your face tell you about yourself. Your face tell you what's wrong. Your body tells you what's wrong with yourself on the inside. And that's why a lot of people can't look at themselves in the mirror. That's why a lot of people are ashamed and getting BBLs and shit, and booty tucks and boob jobs and lip jobs and Botox jobs. And, you know, I'm serious. Like, I can get this thing right here. You know, that thing is cold. Oh, it's so cold. It's real. It's cold. It's cold. I can't do it. It's cold. Ooh, it's cold. Ooh, that's a real crystal. That thing is cold. Ooh. Okay. I'm trying to see if I want to even. Okay. I'm going to try to read a little bit more. I really want to cut this shit off, but I see this chapter right here. I want to get to it before I cut it off, and then I'm going to cut it off. Let me see how long it is. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Okay. I think I can do it. Part 1. I got one yesterday. Oh, you did? You got one of them roly things? You got one of them facials? You got one of these, Kanisha? I need to get another one so I can do it evenly instead of doing it like this. I'm going to go back and get another one so I can do it like this. I could use a spoon. See? Open up them sinuses. Yeah, I need to get another one. I'm going to get another one. That way I can roll my chin back up. That way I can roll that double chin back up there. Come on up there, girl. Come on up there. Get on up there. I can roll that goddamn chin up there. That'll be my Botox, goddamn it. Pick them cheeks up. Droopy cheeks. Get them saddlebags under them eyes out the way. Open up them sinuses. Girl, look at that. That's more than one way, baby. You know, and all y'all gotta do is do shit like this. I did cosmetology, and all you gotta do is just, you know, and do this, you know, and move that sinus, any congestion, and do this. It's so much stuff, because everything is connected to nerves, you know. That's all you gotta do. You can do it yourself. But, all right, part 1. Let's try to get through these next chapters so I can get off of here, and we will continue this book, trust me, because this is good, okay? The elements, like I said, right? The natural way, right? Exactly, the natural way. Okay, part 1, the elements of corrupt love. If the great majority of human race practices corrupt forms of love, it is not by choice, but it is a result of ignorance and limitations of its human animal condition. Man chooses the corrupt due to the lack of awareness and an inability to love God within himself. He can therefore do nothing else. Oh, that's why y'all need to have a man that believes in a creator. Whatever creator that is, whatever God that is, whatever source that is, they need to have some faith. You want a man that has a faith, that believes in something. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the discipline. That's the religiosity of the thing. In other words, it's saying he knows there's a greater power. He respects God, and he's not going to do nothing to insult that God, to make that God mad or get out of line with that God, da 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 da. All right? So you want somebody that has whatever they want to call their faith, belief, or whatever the fuck they want to call that shit, whatever they choosing to be. Man chooses the corrupt due to the lack of awareness and the inability to love God. So you want that person to love God, love oneness. Remember, God means oneness, wholeness, a source, right? Within himself, where he comes from, the duality of female and male, masculine, right? You want him to love, because if he only loves one side, he's going to fuck up the other side. And that's what's wrong with all this dating stuff. People only for one side, but they have not connected to the other side that they're missing the connection with. Could be feminine or could be masculine. So it depends on what side. Like Bridget could be disconnected from the masculine side, but Kanisha can be disconnected from the feminine side, and they're both women. And then it can be that way for two men. One man can be connected to the feminine side, and the other one can be disconnected from the feminine side, and another man can be disconnected from the masculine side. That's what it's talking about. So that's why it explained to you about them being the part of God, the whole, when he was in the other chapter. Because you have to have the yin yang. They have to be a whole person. They have to know both sides. That's God. Okay? It says, generally speaking, the biological or psychological makeup of the human beings leads him to take the line of least resistance, which often results in mediocrity and a waste of his higher possibilities. People do not deliberately choose not to know about love, but they do not make the effort required to grasp its dynamics. This tendency is especially evident when people repeatedly fail in love and marriage. Wow. Despite these failures, they do not seek the reason for the relationship failure. That's the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. And that's what I said again earlier. You can't just jump in from relation to relationship and try to heal it without trying to figure out why the bitch failed in the first place. Everybody's supposed to go, when you go through a 3 of Swords karmic energy, you got to sit there with that 3 of Swords. It can be 3 to 4 years sometimes before you figure out what the hell happened. Yeah, you got to be alone that long, thinking about all those lessons, depending on how long, again, you were with the person. And if you were with the person a number of years, yeah, it's going to take about every bit of 3 or 4 years before y'all get to it, because it all ain't going to come to the surface at once. Because remember, you're in pain. You're suffering. You're crying. You don't know what to do. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. I'm hurting so You got to get over that shock first. And once you get over that shock first, then you're going to get mad because you're going to start noticing all them signs your ass ignored. And you done said, oh my God, I can't believe that motherfucker. It was right in my face. God damn it, why the fuck I didn't, da 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 da. And then it's going to come into love. And then you're going to be like, oh, okay. So that's my lesson. I saw it. I ignored it. It was really my fault. So that's why I said when you leave a relationship, take your fault with you. It's nobody's, you can't come to me, not Kim, and say that it was all his fault or it was all her fault. And I'm going to say, you a fucking lie. No, it was both of y'all's fault. You own your shit and you let him own his shit. But it was both of y'all's fault. It was never not just one person's fault because it took two of y'all to get in the relationship in the first place. So therefore, you both got some fault in there somewhere. So you own your part when you break up, and that way you will go ahead and heal quicker because y'all not trying to be in denial that I did everything right. No, you didn't. I did everything. I mean, I was a good one. No, you wasn't, you know. You see what I'm saying? That's a lie. Y'all slip and slide sometimes too. Even the perfect ain't perfect. Own your shit quicker, you will get over it quicker and heal quicker. Without that denial shit, you know, stopping and blocking y'all from healing. So despite the failures, they do not seek the reason for the relationship failure, but simply attribute it to not having found the right person. So a lot of these people talking about they celibate, that's them too. Because that first thing they'll say, I ain't getting no good men out there. I can't find the right person. I can't find da da da. Because they ain't healed. They're not, they have healing to do. So that's just a escapism, excusism, I call it. So, because they're not sitting there, they don't want to sit there and look at the reason it failed, and nobody want to see recognize the reason it failed. Just like with Kevin Samuels, when he was interviewing all those sisters, all them people that wanted them high value men, all them sisters that thought they deserved it. Should have had this book thrown at their ass. They all should have had this damn book. Sister, you need to go get this book. When you read this book, come back to me. When you read this book, sisters, come back to me then. And we can talk about a high value man. And give them a reflection of themselves. And I guarantee you, if they want to change, they're going to see it. Just like he said in the beginning, you're going to see it in the book. You're going to see yourself on these pages, just like he said. So if they'd have known that, they wouldn't have been out there. If they was whole, they wouldn't have been out there asking him to rate them, for one. They wouldn't have been on his show, needy as fuck, looking for somebody, wanting somebody to take care of them. You see what I'm saying? So they wouldn't have been, if these sisters would read and admit what's wrong with them and stop projecting. God gave me a special mission. Everyone is on my family is vaccinated. So if that is the case, you see what I'm saying? Attribute it to not having found the right person. And that's what a lot of them were saying. I can't find nobody. I can't find the right man. I can't. What have you done to better yourself? What have you done to connect with your missing aspect of yourself? Wherever that trauma is, where have they healed themselves? They didn't sound much like healing to me that the ones I did listen to. And I didn't care for them like that. You see what I'm saying? But I understood what he was saying. And there was some correct ways in what he was saying. It was just the way he was saying it. It was just the way he was saying it. There was just the way he was saying it. Like how people think that I deliver wrong or whatever, or they may think I do. Who cares? And he like me, we was like, who cares? You know? We trying to get through. You can't get through to people. You couldn't get through. He couldn't get through to none of them. There's another orb that came from right over there. He couldn't get through to them. They wasn't trying to hear it. So you women got to be able to listen. Listen, watch, and observe. That's why I try to teach y'all that, because sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up and listen. You don't need to say anything. You need to listen so you can hear inside yourself. And you will get those answers. So it says the fruitless search for the right person may last for all of one's life. At no point do people stop to think that the reason for failures in their relationship lie in their own inability and ignorance of the nature of love. And none of those women saw that. And let me tell you, don't even think for one moment these coaches got this shit down packed. None of them got it down packed either. So none of them, you know, the KS and all the rest of them out there that, you know, want to be the next KS and all that shit. No, a lot of them don't even have this down packed. So don't think because they're doing it, they got it down packed. They're growing as they're learning. They're growing as they're learning. They got a lot of experience on their belt, and it's things they still learning. It's things I'm still learning as I'm teaching you. But we know enough to be called out. We know enough to be chosen to do this. You see what I'm saying? Enough wisdom and knowledge to maybe guide, but it's still some false information out there. Because instead of me talking to you about dating, instead of me talking to you about the guy, why am I not giving you this book? Look at that orb. Damn, like, oh, shit. Whoa. Ooh, I thought it came out of my mouth and went up that way. I was like, wait, that looked like it came out of my mouth. Hold on. Whoo. Okay. Okay. That was confirmation. So see what I'm saying? It's more than these dating coaches teaching y'all. You can look at all the information y'all want on dating coaches. I really don't care. But I'm saying, why aren't they giving y'all the material? Why aren't they giving y'all the material? Oh, another orb. Why aren't they giving y'all the material? Because they want to gatekeep. Anybody that do not want to share the material is gatekeeping. They are gatekeeping to keep you coming back. To keep you coming back. Let you come back because you like them, or you love to hear them talk, or you love that they got something of value. You're going to come back anyway if you're connected to them like that. If you like them like that. But they shouldn't be worried about that. But see, that's that quality over quantity bullshit. You see what I'm saying? You know, that's that, you know, quantity over quantity. So again, this is definitely one of the good books that y'all need, because it's going to teach y'all relationship as y'all heal. If y'all truly want to heal, so you can find the right person and pick the right person and make sure that you're healed on top of it, that you've actually done the work, that you're not in no illusion that, oh, I'm fixed, or I'm this, or I'm that. No, you still need to read, you still need to read the material, okay? So, because that's what's going to stretch the mind. That's what's going to grow your mind. That's what's going to be like, okay, I remember when I talked to so-and-so. Oh, okay. Now y'all can go back over your old relationships. And now y'all can see what lesson was there for y'all to learn, or what y'all brought for that person to learn, and what did y'all learn from that person. It's always this something I ask myself about people that come and go. What did I learn from them? How did I help them in some way? Right? What information was exchanged? Right? Was it emotional? Was it casual? Was it sexual? Was it knowledge? Like my spiritual brother gave me what? Knowledge information. That was our exchange. That's our soul contract with each other. To always exchange knowledge, to exchange wisdom. It was nothing sexual, right? Or is it emotional attachment? Is it emotional energy? Talking on the phone, being, ha, da, 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 da. That's emotional energy. Compassionate energy. Or is there sexual energy? Or is there informational energy that's being exchanged? And that's a soulmate. That's a soulmate of somebody you don't even have to sleep with at all. It's not a bed buddy. It's not a friends with benefits. It's a platonic relationship. It's a straight platonic relationship. Every soulmate you don't sleep with, just like every person you go on a date with, you don't sleep with. It's the exchange of information. I don't have to hide the information. I don't have to hoard the information, but I do have to be protective. Yeah, because like I said, my shit is more advanced. So some stuff I can't give y'all. This I can, because this is something that with this generation of dating shit rampant and misinformation and everybody trying to get popcorn weddings going on and popcorn relationships going on, this book is needed. This book is needed. So if y'all want to get it, get it. I'm still going to fucking read it. I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to read it, because a lot of people don't like to read. Some people like to be read to. You know, like when we was in kindergarten, the library used to read to us. So it's fine. You don't have to get it, because I'm going to read it. That's why I'm telling you, I'm going to read it. So totally up to you. I'm just sharing information because I want to take things a little bit further. And I teach love, money, and tantra, so you can get the relationship of the feminine and masculine energy the natural way it's supposed to be, not the way what he's talking about. Not the way he's talking about. You see what I'm saying? Not the way, you know, the bad way without love, but the way with the divine love, not the corrupt love. See, it's a lot of corrupt love out there. It's a lot of corrupt love. So, and it's being mistaken for love, divine love, and it's not. It's not. It's not. How can, ask this question. If you coming from karmic situations, how can we know true love or divine love when all we've experienced is what? Narcissism, corrupt love. We don't know what it looked like. Until you got somebody to love you that way, you don't know what true love looks like. You gotta first have somebody to express that wholeness of both sides to you to know what it looks like. And either you're gonna be afraid of it and run and sabotage it, or y'all gonna be there and let the walls down and receive that true love. Not the corrupt love though, the true love. The divine love. That's what you gotta understand, all right? Okay. The fruitless search for the right person may last for all one's life. At no point do people stop to think, okay, yeah, for that reason, for the failures of their relationship lie in their own inability and ignorance of the nature of law. No, because they blame it on the man. They blame it on each other. It was her. It was him. It was her. It was him. They point the finger. Enrich Fromm states The Art of Loving. So that's a book, The Art of Loving. So y'all see how you read and you end up, he gave 2 books already. He gave 2 books since I've been reading. So that's why I said y'all need to read, because, stop it, girl. Because once y'all read, one book will lead you to another one. If some people put the other book in there. Delta. Dang, my thing yet. You better sit your butt down, stop scratching on that bowl. Because sometimes you read, people give other books. So this one's called The Art of Loving by Enrich Fromm, Erichfromm. Yeah, that's John Baines, yeah. It says, the love cannot be something which is impoverished or practiced haphazardly, but must be studied with the same enthusiasm and care used to approach a knowledge of any art. As it happens, very few people have understood this and still believe that love is easy. This book presents the hermetic secrets of love, the profound and esoteric side of love, that higher knowledge, sacred knowledge, that the world does not know about, the authentic love, how it is manifested, how it should be practiced and kept distinct from false love. This knowledge, which has been kept sacred from the remotest antiquity, is still veiled in mystery for reasons given in previous volumes and series. Because of the depth of this teaching, one should not expect instant understanding, but anyone who approaches the study of this knowledge with the sincerity, honest intelligence, objectivity, and humility will find the true path to happiness and fulfillment. One cannot see without first knowing what darkness is. Therefore, the first part of this book will be devoted to explaining what false love is. Only after explaining corrupt, enormous behavior in the human being will the essence of genuine love and its deepest mysteries be revealed. That shit deep. I want to read this and then this is it. Why do people get married? So that's the next little insert. Why do people get married? Primarily, people seek union with others according to The Art of Loving, that author. This union is one of the true objectives of love. In some people, this urge to unite can be mistakenly acted out in sadistic and masochistic behavior. The instinct to reproduce can also lead a person to marriage as an acceptable way of having both children and sexual gratification. So they marry in, like I said, for convenience of sex. The etymology of the word matrimony comes from the Latin word mater, M-A-T-E-R, and munia, M-U-N-I-A, meaning respectively mother and duties. A mother and duties is where matrimony comes from. That's the etymology of the word. A reflection of the responsibility of children who come as a result of marriage. In ancient legal texts, Pope Gregory the Ninth, was that 10, 11? I don't know what that is, 9. Let me see, that's 10, that gotta be 9. Yeah, 9, so 19, wait a minute, 11. That might be 11. Wrote, what is that 1 and that X? I'm getting dyslexic. Right and kicking in. Pope Gregory, Roman numeral 1 with that X, wrote that the child for the mother is wondrous before birth, painful at birth, and burdensome after birth. Woo! God. That's kind of like what they say when a woman have a baby. They be forever in your, they be forever, they go from your lap to your heart. So once they outgrow your lap, they're forever in your heart. So you always, a mother always wonders and worries about her child, because that's that bond with mother and child. That's why your mother is sacred. That's why women are sacred, because that's the maternal bond. We're maternal, we're matrilineal first. We're feminine first before we're masculine, before we break off the leg of the X and make the Y chromosome for the man. Everybody's up to 6 weeks. Conception is female. It's female. It's XXX, not XXY. See, that's the masculine. The X breaks off and forms the Y. One of the legs break off and forms the Y. So we're matrilineal first. We're feminine first before there's a male. And that's why when women get a sonogram, they got to wait 3 months because they got to see the tallywhacker between the legs, because the tallywhacker don't come out till about then, 6 weeks. But they'll say, oh, come back in 3 months to be sure. You know, they like to be sure. And then drink a lot of water so the baby legs will go open like this and they can just see the little tallywhacker in the water. You know, so that's why, because if it's less than that, that's why they don't do sonograms, because they can't tell what you are. Everybody's feminine. Everybody's feminine. Brothers, y'all might well face it. That's science. That's math. That's truth. That's fact. You can't even get around that, okay? Everybody is female up until 6 weeks of gestation in the womb. You can't even tell. Everybody's female. So you're always going to have respect for the mother because you come from the mother and she going to put her stamp on you first, okay? She going to put the stamp on you first, okay? So the mother, the most commonly acknowledged reason for marrying is love. It says, it's $20 on Amazon. Y'all better snatch that hoe up. It says, the common reason for marrying is love. But you got to know love, though. Look how many people don't know love. The prospects and expectations for a man and a woman, however, are quite different. She seeks the security of a home and all that this implies: economic well-being, protection, romantic tenderness, and the opportunity to become a mother. Is that a man, for his part, looks for sexual gratification, a home that supports him and cares for him, and a mother caretaker for his children. So the man looks for sexual gratification, right? Marriage has become the fundamental unit of society and the structure which permits the reproduction of the human species. Millions of marriages throughout the world comply with the accepted aim of the procreation of children and mutual love and protection. However, the aspect of marriage which most often fails is the most important aspect of love. Marriage has become utilitarian based on economic upkeep for the wife, administration of the home for the husband, and education for the children. A similar attitude applies to the sexual side of marriage. The utilitarian approach or manipulation of the spouse for one's own physical pleasure. This situation is emotionally dangerous and is a form of psychological bondage. Oh shit. Wow. In true love, there is a higher purpose in the union, one transcending self-interest. True love, little known to the human species, is a form of divine love. The love is the opposite of the darker and selfish love known as corrupt love, which is the expression of a corruption of the natural and the deviation from nature. The painful reality is that people don't have the slightest idea of what love really is and don't know how to love the opposite sex, the world, nor themselves. Oh, shit. That's true. This work will reveal the true and profound basis of love. The intent is different from that of the art of loving, has a psychoanalytical and philosophical approach, which, although brilliant, has only been partly understood. The aim of this book is to show hermetic aspect of love, the deep and most unknown laws which involve the mechanics and physics of nature. These laws apply not only to love, but to all phenomena of life and are expressed not in the numbers, but in truths which are self-evident only to those who reach a higher state of consciousness. These teachings are for those who act from the spiritual direction and not from their animal nature, their savage nature, their barbaric nature, their bestiality nature. According to Hermes Trismegistus, whatever his name is, the master of masters, spirituality is not religious bigotry or easy mysticism, but an elevated state of consciousness in which the spirit manifests itself through one's own brain. Come on now. Teach, Kim, teach. This definition of spirituality requires clarification. When a person reaches an elevated state of consciousness, he obtains an integral intelligence, a precious possession which can lead to true love. Oh, that's the divine love. Cerebral intelligence is highly limited, as it keeps a person bound to rigid programming which denies experience if it is not part of the original program. Cerebral intelligence, however great it may be, lacks the necessary power to achieve happiness in love, human fulfillment, a higher state of consciousness, full communication with others, and inner peace. Cerebral intelligence is limited. It keeps the person bound to a rigid programming. The aim of this work is to teach the Hermetic ABCs of the science of love. Any person who understands this art well and applies it accordingly will reach a state of love and spiritual happiness of unimaginable intensity, force, and quality. This happiness will be stable and imperishable. However, no one can expect to gain this nectar of the gods by the ROTE performance of certain acts through technical fulfillment of certain mandates. However, correct one's behavior, it is useless if not motivated by an essential understanding of the Hermetic laws, which I read in the beginning, which govern love. So the 7 Hermetic principles govern love. You cannot be in divine love and do not understand the 7 Hermetic principles in the Kabbalion. So get the Kabbalion and understand the 7 Hermetic principles so you understand what he's talking about. See, this will be a little bit jumping ahead of some of y'all because this is stuff that you have to pull. You know this one because you got other stuff. So this may be a little bit of over some of y'all head because you got to go back to the beginning. You can't skip this far. But the ones that are this far, it's really for y'all. It's not for them that's not this far because they're going to get lost in the hot sauce. They ain't going to understand what I'm talking about because they don't know divine love. They ain't rose to no higher level consciousness. They still down there with Satan sowing their little royal oats and shit. And seeing how many belt loops they can get. How many cooter cats and tallywhackers they can take out. Okay, so that's the difference. This is talking about those of higher elevation, of higher love. You ain't just out trying to get your little cootie cats wet and get your little tallywhackers wet. So I'm not talking to y'all, trust me. This ain't even for y'all, really. This is for those that are up there on that frequency. Up there on that frequency, okay? This ain't for the low vibrating bottom feeders, all right? This ain't for them. This ain't for the ones that KS had on his show. Kevin Samuels had on his show because that's low vibrational frequency. This is God stuff. This is the ancient shit, okay? That they don't teach you in the birds and the bees in your class. They don't teach you this in college. They don't teach you this in nothing. Your mama ain't even taught you this, you know? So this is that. Love cannot be unconscious love, but must be wise love. Now you tell me you tell me how wise these people acting. They acting unwise, ain't they? They ain't acting wise. They acting unconscious. Unconscious love. Love cannot be unconscious, but must be wise love. To many people, this statement might seem contradictory, as it is traditionally believed that love is a force which flows spontaneously as the mountain streams. This notion is perhaps the greatest error of all, for love does not exist as a gift or as a natural faculty, but is instead a technique. That's why they say love is not a feeling. See, a lot of people think love is a feeling. Love is not a feeling. That's what he's saying. It's a technique. It's an art. That's why that book was The Art of Loving, The Art of Seduction, right? That's why love and money equals tantra. A science which one must master if one is to be successful. So let me go back since I broke that up. This notion is perhaps the greatest error of all, for love does not exist as a gift or as a natural faculty, but is instead a technique, a science which one must master if one is to be successful. Without guidance and training, the most probable result in the attempt to love will be frustration and failure. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Fruitfulness in love is not measured by the production of children. Oh, damn. That just slapped everybody in the motherfucking face. Because that means just because your ass had children don't mean you had a fruitful love. Oh! Hallelujah! Slap, pop, 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 pop. So that because your grandmama had 16 chaps, that because your grandmama had 9 kids, just because your mama had 17 chaps, don't mean it was a fruitful love. Don't mean it was a fruitful love. Did y'all just hear what they said? Did y'all just hear what this man said? You can't measure love by the number of children. It don't mean you love. That man love you, or you that was real love. Fruitfulness in love is not measured by the production of children, but by the level of communication, tenderness, friendship, happiness of body and soul. Oh, y'all just got hit upside the head with this book. Y'all but just got hit upside the head with this damn book. Y'all just got back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. What did he say? What did he say? Fruitfulness is not measured by the production of children. So y'all can go out there and have 5 baby daddies, 10 baby daddies, 4 baby daddies. Does not mean that was a product of love, that came from love, that child came from love. And I've been told some of y'all your mom and daddy didn't love you. That's why you're missing that part. Because that's why you're missing that part, because there was no love between them when y'all was conceived. I've been told people that. Spirit gave me that. I had to make sense of some people's behavior. I was like, no, I need to find this answer. Is measured by the level of communication, tenderness, friendship, and happiness of the body and soul. Y'all, that's deep. Oh, now I'm looking at all these TikToks going through my head. Oh, wow. Okay. I gotta go there. Tenderness, happiness, level of communication, and friendship with the body and the soul. So, it's kind of like the fruits of the Spirit in the Bible. This how you measure, oh my God. Oh, the downloads. Hold on. Oh, I can't get past the downloads. Can't get down past the downloads. Woo, I'm trying to get the downloads. So, okay. Wow. Woo. Let me ask y'all this. God, that shit was potent. Now, let me ask you this. It's not measured by the production of children. Because remember, men can love 100 women and only love one, can sleep with 100 of them, but only love that one. And he can have children by all of them. And it's not a product, it's not fruitfulness, it's not speaking of love, because that's what he's saying. Doesn't matter how many children a man have or a woman have, that's not the fruitful love. How that man communicates with you, shows affection to you, friendship to you, and happiness to you is that level of love in the body and soul. Now, take this a step further on individualistic levels. How can you tell a person that's happy with themselves, affectionate with themselves, loving with themselves, friends with themselves, love themselves? Self-love, self-respect. They care about themselves. They care about their body. They don't let anybody in their energy between their legs. They don't just look at that orb. They don't just lay down with everybody. They show their self-affection and love and care and tenderness and nurture. They ain't hoeing around. They not out there hoeing, tricking, slicking, and dicking around. That's how you show that level of love to your body and your soul. Because it's you caring about you, your body, and your own soul. And if you care about your own body and your own soul, you're going to care about somebody else's body and their own soul. Now, did any of those women that y'all seen, or any of these men that's out here on these dating apps now that's interviewing women or trying to interview women, does that give y'all any of that example that I just read by what they saying, by what they talking about? Does that look like somebody that has tenderness, self-love, happiness within their body or soul? Do they sound like it? Another orb. Do they sound like that? Doesn't that sound like corrupt love? An imitation of love? Because they don't know what love is. Because they haven't worked on themselves enough to know what love is. The true and rarely achieved aim of the human couple is the union of souls, which leads both spouses to the highest desires of both. The union of the body and emotion only is a shadow and parody, P-A-R-O-D-Y, of true marriage. Ownership, the possessive approach of the material contract and its mutual obligations are only an artificial attempt to bind two people. The less love there is between two beings, the more rules, obligation, vows, and conventions are needed to keep them together. God! The Hermetic approach advocates union through true love, not through social or personal conventions, nor through the fleeting mirage of ardent passion. When the human being understands and practices union through genuine love, humanity will have found the right path to human perfection. Get out of here. Get out of here. So to keep their love alive, they need more rules in the marriage because it wasn't real in the first place. Love is not limited. True love is not a restriction. True love frees you. It's freedom. It's liberation. It's not a restriction. You can only experience that person's love. You don't own that person. You can only experience that love within that person, and that person experience that God love within you, but you don't own each other. When you start wearing on the fact of that's my possession, that you take the human out of it. Because things are to be possession. People are not to be possessed. We possess things. We like our things. We're possessive over our materials, not people. They flipped it. They flipped it. That was deep. The Hermetic approach advocates union through true love, not through social and personal conventions, nor through the fleeting mirage of ardent passion. When human beings understand and practice union through genuine love, humanity will have found the right path. Let me go back up here where all them rules was. It says ownership, the possessive approach of the marital contract. The possessive approach, like you own this person. That's why y'all can get married and still cheat. That's why people do get married and still cheat. That's why people hide their hoism in marriage, to cover it up. So y'all think they ain't a hoe no more, or they've arrived somehow. No, they're covering up their hoism. They're down low, undercover shit. Ownership, the possessive approach of a marital contract and its mutual obligations are only an artificial attempt to bind two people. The less love there is between two beings, the more rules, obligations, vows, and conventions are needed to keep them together. Oh, wait a minute. Rules, rules, rules. Do this. Come home before 10. Do this. Don't go out. Don't go this. Don't go leave. Don't go to the store. Don't go shit without telling the other one you finna go shit. Oh, I gotta come to the bathroom with you. Make sure you ain't on your phone. Why you taking your phone in there? Why you sitting in there on your phone? Why you got a lock on your phone? Why you hiding the password? But y'all love each other. But you don't goddamn trust each other though. But you love each other. I think the fuck not. That's a corrupt love. How you trusting somebody you married to? You can't trust the person you married to. What's love got to do with it? What's love with a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Ooh, Tina Turner. Boy, Tina Turner. Ike and Tina. Jeez. Corrupt love is ignorance. Damn, I want to keep reading. I gotta go so I can read the rest of. Oh, shit, that's finna get good. Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Postman. Wait. Oh, I love my spiritual brothers. Oh, Lord, that just got good when I glanced down there and saw that part. Oh my God. Goodness grief. Wait a minute. I'm at this. What? Okay. You ordered this, Kanisha? Damn. God. Oh my God. Damn, y'all owe me for this one. Y'all owe me big time for this one. I'm gonna say it. Cause this shit here, y'all owe me for this one. I didn't have to share this one right here. I didn't have to share this one. I could have kept this one to myself. I could have kept this one to myself and waited till y'all stumble across it later. We out here not knowing, and knowledge is power. Exactly. I got to go over this one. I'm getting off of here though. What time is it? 7:42. Look at him. We on corrupt love. Corrupt love is ignorance. You welcome. Y'all welcome. I know. I'm just saying. I don't really care one way or the other because that's what I do. I share information. I don't gatekeep. I'm just saying y'all owe me though. Because this going to help a lot of y'all sisters and brothers out. This book right here going to help a lot of y'all brothers and sisters out. First, know the definition of corrupt love and then what is divine love. It's going to help a lot of y'all out. There are many ways man allows himself to be guided by his instinct. Man is not taught to need to care for his emotions and imagination in the same way bodily cleanliness is taught. Nor has he been told that he needs to take lessons in love. Normally, passionate and enormous feelings are allowed to flow and fuse between a loving couple who give themselves to the delight of the experience of their sensations. That's love, money, and tantrum. The results of these experiences, however, are often far from satisfactory, as today's high rate of divorce and separation shows. Officially, statistics do not take into account couples who are unhappy, ill-suited, or who are kept together through convenience, habit, religious obligation, or to spare their children a separation. And that's what a lot of y'all do. You stay together for the sake of the children. Been there, done that, got that t-shirt, graduated. You don't stay there for the sake of the children. If the love is gone, the fucking love is gone. It ain't in there no more. And you staying for the sake of your children ain't gonna help the situation. It just gonna mess the motherfucking children up too. They're gonna be messed up either way it go. But don't stay for the sake of the children though, because that's not gonna be a good outcome from the children unless you're gonna be a spiritual person and you go back and you can fix that shit and you can help those children through all that emotional trauma and stuff that is about to happen to those children when they realize and they get older. So it is going to come out, it's going to come back and bite you on the ass, in other words. It's going to come back and bite you on the ass. People do not know what true love is, and because of this, we hardly be able to obtain their expectation of happiness. Love is one of the basic needs of human and individuals trying to fulfill themselves through this impulse. In practice, however, love can be one of the greatest source of frustration for an individual, creating an inhabitation which generates unhappiness, aggression, and loneliness. Those who have effectively managed to achieve genuine love are rarely in the minority. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love being alone by yourself. You gotta get to know yourself. Y'all gotta be comfortable with yourself. When you're comfortable with yourself, you don't need nobody else. You ain't gotta be around the people. You ain't gonna get depressed. Y'all getting depressed and lonely and needy because y'all haven't worked on yourself and you haven't learned to be alone with yourself. And when you learn to be alone with yourself, you get real comfortable with yourself. And I'm not saying not comfortable as in stuck or complacent or you don't want to remarry again, but you learn to see you for who you are and you learn yourself inside out so that when you do find another mate or person, you know what you battle with so you don't project it on that person, and vice versa with that person should know what they battle with and how they deal with what they deal with, and when they need to be alone. When you got, like I say, when you got the stank energy on yourself, you don't want to project it onto your person, you know. So you got to be okay with being alone till you don't have to be alone anymore. And that's a lot of women's biggest problem, is they don't want to be alone. Okay, they don't want to be by themselves to get to know themselves, like this book is talking about. Which one analyzes the state of love today? No, when one analyzes the state of love today, the inability of individuals to love stands out. They fail through ignorance and together with their partners bring to their union a heavy load of prejudice and misconception. People do not know what love is, and in the respect have only capricious, I don't know, capricious, and self-centered concept of love. Depending on the persistence of their illusions, a couple will be disappointed in a relatively short time because fantasies of love are not often the same for both partners. That's why you need to ask your partners, what do they expect out of love? You don't go and date somebody, marry somebody, give them the coochie, you sex them to death before you get married and while you're dating and playing house, and then soon y'all court and soon y'all move in, you lock down the cootie cat. That's wrong. You don't do that. If you were giving them all the cootie cat when you was dating, you need to be giving them all the cootie cat when you're married. So don't go get married and don't go do that. That's wrong, women, for y'all to do that. That's exactly what he's saying. Y'all go through all that hoop doing, show them all what you can do in bed and don't got a fucking ring on your finger. And then soon they be like, okay, yeah, I want you. Oh yeah, I can marry you. Then y'all you want to ration the cootie cat. You want to, I don't feel like it, I'm tired. You wasn't tired jumping through hoops trying to get the man. Just like we say as women say, what it took you to get me is going to take you to keep me. That go the same way for men. What it take for y'all to get that man, to look at you, to get that man to choose you, guess what? You gonna have to keep that up to keep that goddamn man. It go both ways. Y'all can't be one-sided in this shit like y'all been doing. You can't be one-sided. It go both ways. Y'all gonna have to jump through monkey flips. If it took y'all jumping through monkey flips to get that man, you're gonna have to jump through monkey flips to keep that man. If he jumped through hoops to get your ass, court your ass, date your ass, win your ass, guess what? He gotta keep up that show. He gotta keep up that show. That's exactly what he's talking about. You don't know what fantasies they want, and if y'all can't meet them fantasies and y'all dating people that they fantasies are not your fantasies, like they want, some of them may want two women. If that's not your fantasy, that's not your fantasy. Don't be going along with the shit. I don't do threesomes. You know, sometimes that's a fantasy of some men or women, vice versa. Y'all need to clear that shit up before you trying to be tying the fucking knot and marrying somebody just for the sake of marrying somebody. Y'all better find out what their fantasies are and see if y'all can hold up y'all end of the bargain. And then y'all need to tell them y'all fantasies and see if they gonna hold up y'all end of the bargain. They might be 3 times a week wanting sex and y'all only want it once a month. Well, then he need to go with somebody that wanted 3 times a week like his ass wanted 3 times a week. He don't want to be bothered with somebody wanting it 1 time a month and he a 3 time a week motherfucker. Have y'all lost y'all goddamn mind? Y'all really have lost y'all damn mind. That's what see that unequal yokeness coming out. That's the reason you date. You date to find that shit out. The important information. Nigga, what you expect from me? Girl, what you expect from me? I expect you to clean the house and wash the dishes and have me a meal every time I come home from work. And what I gotta do for you, sister? Well, you gotta rub my back and run my bath water and help me with these kids, yada da 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 da, and help me clean up and do some laundry every once in a while, like every other week. You got a problem with that? No. And what about sex? What we gonna do about that? How often you like it? Oh, I like it about 5 days a week. What do you like? Oh, I only like it like every 2 weeks. Oh shit, what we gonna compromise at? We can't be going out like that. Oh, you might not be the one for me. Well, you might not be the one for me either. You know, I mean, the whole role play in that motherfucker. Like we got a whole role play coming on, you know. Well, what we doing here? I don't know what we doing here. Can we find any conversation? Because I really like you. Can we find any compromise? Can you bend that a little bit? Can you try a little bit like once a week or twice a week? You know, can you try to calm that down about once every week? You know, we might can get together and do some things, you know. I did a whole goddamn role play. Shit, y'all better get the role playing and asking some fucking questions like shit, the ones that matter to y'all. When you want me to cook, how often I gotta cook, and when you want this cootie cat. And then y'all go over here and be like, what I expect you to do? Pump my car, wash my gas, open my doors, help me with the laundry, help me with the groceries when I come in, and I want that tallywhack about once a week. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? I was just throwing it out there. But you see how y'all got to communicate? So see, you got to date and courtship that shit into it. Not, oh, he smells so good, girl. Oh, he kissed me and it just went to my toes. Y'all need more than that. You need... Cookie said, I love book club. Y'all need more than that. Y'all can't be trying to snatch the cookies back. You can't be trying to snatch the cookies back when y'all done threw the cookies on them trying to hook him. And they can't be holding back the tallywhacker when they were slanging the tallywhacker trying to dick whip, trying to dickmatize some of you. That's where you get the word pematize and dematize from. Y'all both trying to dematize and pematize each other. And they ain't even got a ring on it. Get a ring on it, goddamn, before you start slinging it and dematizing and pematizing somebody. Before you put it on him, give him something to be wondering about. Don't just give it all up to him all at once. Have a little suspense. Girl, you got me tearing up. Have a little secrecy and mystery about your ass or something. God damn, y'all doing everything under the sun, and these niggas ain't even put a ring on y'all finger. Ain't even got a promise ring. Oh, let's try this. Okay. Oh, can we try this? Yeah. It ain't got a ring. It's different if y'all don't want the ring. That's a different story. But I'm saying if y'all trying to get the ring. If you trying to get the ring. Just walking, but I can tell this is a good one. So that's a different, y'all. So let's go. Depending on the persistence of their illusion, a couple will be disappointed in a relatively short time because of the fantasies of love are not often the same for both parties. So when personal fantasies coincide, it is harder to break up a relationship. And that's why you got to find that stuff out before you get in a fucking relationship and commit. Y'all got to know what y'all partner's fantasies are. What are their wildest fantasies? What do they want in a partner, in a wife, or in a husband? What like I said, how many times they want to have whoopee? How many times they want to have sex? Fried eggs, I call it. How many times they want them fried eggs? You know, how they want them fried eggs? Over easy, boil, just the yolk. Not, just the white part. What they want them poached. They want them poached. They want eggs Benedict. How many, like you got, how kinky are you? Exactly. You got to find out how frisky a person is. Y'all got to find out how frisky that you want some vanilla on them eggs. You want some chocolate fudge on them eggs. What do you want on them fried eggs, boy? Girl, what do you want on them fried eggs? How you like them fried eggs? Huh? You want me to put some clothes on them fried eggs, or you want them nude? You want them nude, and you want me to cook you some fried eggs in the nude every morning? Like, baby boy, I hate you, Jody. Okay. Baby boy, fried eggs, baby. Ben Rhymes up in that kitchen, boy. I want you up in that kitchen with nothing on, goddamn. I want to see the head to the feet, okay? And you ain't gotta, just take a bath first. Just make sure your body clean. Just make sure your body clean. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I want to come around that corner. Oh, Lord, them eggs look good. I'm ready for them fried eggs. With the apron on, only prevent the burn. Oh my gosh. Y'all is bad. I'm trying to tell y'all bad. I'm trying to tell y'all you're bad. Oh, you're bad. Oh my gosh. Y'all. But that's true. This process is slower and more powerful, more painful, and in many instances lead to the tremendous emotional and psychological trauma. We all know the various forms of drama of love takes. Divorce, separation, quarrels, abandonment, physical abuse, perhaps suicides, and in most cases, a lifetime of bitterness, unhappiness, and frustration. And that's where that resting bitch face come from on some of these women. That's where all that unhappiness, that, you know, them sour cooter cats, you know, those masculine women that's, you know, trying to get you not to date men or trying to get you to stay away from men. It's not that y'all can't find a man. Y'all don't know this, and neither do they. Neither do they. And that's why I said y'all got to be careful what y'all read and what y'all take in. And as long as y'all read yourself, y'all will empower yourself not to go for that fuckery. Because y'all will have equipped yourself with some knowledge. You will equip yourself with some knowledge. And that's why I said, not on my fucking watch. Not KAU. Not fucking KAU. Y'all will never say I didn't share shit with y'all, that I didn't tell y'all shit, and I kept shit from y'all. You will never say that about me. You will never fucking fix your fucking mouth to say nothing about that. And matter of fact, you won't even allow nobody else. If y'all really my collective, you won't even allow nobody else to say that about me, because then you will be lying. Then you will be a lie. Because you're not going to be left out there. I'm not just training. I'm not just teaching. I'm equipping. I'm giving y'all the nuggets. I'm giving y'all the jewels. I didn't even have this shit. I didn't even have this shit. I had to master this shit on my own. I didn't even have this book when I came into it. And some of y'all 1-2 years into spirituality and getting a book like this? What? Y'all, you would never let nobody talk about my name. You shouldn't, because of what I give and the value I give to this collective. You ought to stand and correct their ass right there on the spot, because y'all wouldn't have this information. Y'all wouldn't even know this information possibly 2 years later like I did. I just knew about it all anyway. But I'm just saying, this book, I just got this book, but I knew some of the information in the book already. So not KAU, because y'all, it's going to reflect me. It's going to reflect me. As KAU, it's going to reflect me. And I'm not going to have my collective out there looking stupid. Now, if y'all looking stupid, it's because you ain't get the book and you ain't reading and you ain't listening and you ain't coming to class and you ain't studying on your part. That's you looking stupid. It'll never be because I didn't give y'all information, that I didn't empower y'all with knowledge. It would never be that. It would never be that. That I do know. And those watching know too. That's why they're watching. Trying to figure out what I know. Trying to see what I know. I know a lot of stuff. You still won't be able to keep up, because I know too much of what I know. You still won't be able to keep up. And that's okay, because I started before some of y'all. I wasn't in the streets. I wasn't hoeing around in the streets. That's the difference. I was in books. I was in my intuition. I was in my source. So that's a big difference. You know, and this book, even after some of y'all made mistakes with marriage, and we made those mistakes with marriage, and we sat there and healed ourselves from that marriage or that narcissist, now you see why you're chosen, because you chose to heal yourself. You chose to actively get better and not stay bitter. Y'all got better. Some of these women and men are staying bitter because they refuse to get better. They refuse to do better. And so they're walking around here bitter as fuck because they won't do better. That's why you're chosen, because you want better. Y'all want to do better. You want to reach your higher self, that divine love state, the soulmate union, the divine counterpart. The first one was karmic. Now you want to bring it together so you can have the divine counterpart. Whether that's a soulmate journey for y'all or a twin mate journey for y'all, however y'all want to, it's titlements is all it is. It's just titles. So however you want to classify it is fine. And I don't care nothing about that. But you can do it. I'll say it sometime, twin flame soulmate, because I know that's how y'all talk. That's the lingo. That's y'all lingo. And that's okay, like I said. But I don't get so fixated on that. Because it's really just you coming back into the union with the divine in yourself. And getting rid of that karmic sword, that karmic energy, right? Healing that karmic energy with that four swords, whatever that is, whatever it means to anybody. So, yeah. Instead of being bitter, do better. For all y'all out there still in this lifetime of bitterness and unhappiness and frustration because your love life is a mess. Your love life is a mess because you're a mess. That's why your love life is a mess. Because y'all a fucking mess. And you need to fix that mess. And stop blaming it and making excuses for the outside. Oh, it's this person. Oh, I can't find nobody. Oh, it ain't no good men. It ain't no good women. No, fuck, that ain't true. That ain't true. You just haven't healed that part of you yet to realize that it is good men and good women out there. That you can't judge all men for every man, and you can't judge one man for all men and one woman for all women, because y'all ain't sleep with all of them. So you couldn't possibly know that to be true. Nobody can even fix their mouth to say shit like that. That's stupid. That's ignorant. That don't even make sense. You couldn't even sleep with every man on the planet in your lifetime, and all these men couldn't sleep with all these women in the world in their lifetime. So that's stupid to say some stupid ass shit like that. Every woman is not the same. We all got vaginas, but we ain't the same. All men got a tallywhacker, but they ain't the same. They got different sizes. They got different width, girth, length. Some of them work that shit better than others. You know, some of them make you scratch the ceiling upside down. Have your legs looking like noodles, all right? Yeah, have you D-whipped and demon-possessed, and then have you P-whipped and P-possessed, okay? Shit, yeah. But you can't say all women are like that and all men are like that either. Some of them have you scratching your back backwards, doing a backwards flip. You didn't even think you could do. You know, so no, don't say that. That's stupid and that's ignorant. And that just tells how ignorant you are to say some shit like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. So it is not easy for a person to let go of his illusions about love and to adapt to a realistic approach to the situation, and fantasies of love are only a small part of each individual's dream, and these in turn are only part of the fantasistic dream world of the human race. Giving up these illusions does not mean giving up hopes and desires, but only the fantastic dreams that are motivated by the sum total of a person's hidden desires and fears. If a person, for instance, ingests a dose of hallucinogenic drugs, he can have erotic dreams. which obey unconscious erotic fantasies. Such visions are capricious and bear no relation to logic or reality. The interesting point of this example is that the origin of these fantasies does not originate from the drug itself, but in the fact that it acts as a device which unleashes the contents of the unconscious. Now, what it's saying is that that's because that's a person that they use drugs, and it opens up that gateway for them to experience the eroticism, the sexual fantasy part. So some people mix like the whips and the chain people, or the people that like rough sex, or the people that like being chained or choked. And then some people mix that with drugs. So that's what he's talking about right here. And I know that because of Tantra, right? So you got some people out there that mix that drug with the sex life, and it gets damn near risky, damn near dangerous. So you got to be careful. If y'all not like that, you don't want a person like that, because some people don't know no boundaries when it comes to that kind of stuff. And that's why that's why people pay prostitutes and stuff, prostitute cats, because those women or those sugar daddies or sugar mamas or whatever you want to call them, that they're willing to do that stuff if that's what they're into. If that's what they're into, they're willing to go that far with a person to fulfill their fantasies for $1,000. You be surprised. Y'all will really be surprised. You will really be surprised what porn does for people and masturbation does for people. And that's why I was saying earlier, you do it, then don't do it often, because you're going to desensitize your human parts, your tallywhacker and your cootie cat. So yeah, do it if you need, whatever, but don't make a habit out of it, because it's like soft porn, really. So you got to be careful not to mix that, because then sex is not going to feel the same to you. You're not going to have the same sensation over time. And I'm being honest with y'all. I'm being honest with y'all, because that is something you need to teach yourselves or learn yourselves or restrict yourselves from. Because the fact that if you do that too much, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, because then you're going to be like, oh, I got to get another partner. Oh, I got to get another partner. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. No, you don't. You just got to refrain. You just got to calm that shit down. You don't let the cootie cat run you. You tell the cootie cat what to do. Don't let your cootie cat run you. Don't let your tallywhacker run you. You have a sense of control. That's what Tantra teaches y'all. You're not even supposed to be ejaculating. So you got to learn that semen retention. And we talked about that on Patreon in my adult tarot group, Love, Money, and Tantra. We talked about semen retention and ejaculation retention with women, and how the woman and the man gets to that ejaculation, that orgasm. So we talked about all that. I don't talk about it on YouTube because it's 18, but over there it's more private, so I don't have to too much worry about how I'm saying certain stuff, because in Love, Money, and Tantra you're going to come across talk like this. So even this, that's why I said this was going to be in Love, Money, and Tantra. But then I was like, no, these sisters need to know this, because this will help them heal. This will help y'all not pick, crazy partners, and really sit down and work on yourself and get yourself in a good healed space. And then the love will come in. And then it'll be that righteous love. It'll be that one that's meant for you. Not one you going out there racing to find like everybody else, because I got to hurry up and find somebody. You don't want that kind. So it says there are many devices with similar but gentler effects which have nothing to do with drugs or stimulants, but which interact according to their type or given psychological predisposition to set off the individual's world of fantasy. Important stuff, semen retention. Yeah, because sexual energy is one of the most powerful creative energies in the universe. That's God's energy. So that's why it becomes sexual energy, people doing sex magic, and I talk about with my tarot. That's why it's in there. And how you can create and destroy with that energy. You can direct, and you can point something in whatever direction you can manifest. But a man ain't supposed to be nutting y'all all the time. They supposed to be practicing semen retention. And when you're sleeping with somebody that is a low vibration, they will lower your vibration. So you will feel yucky. You will feel low. You will feel after you sleep with somebody that you thought was hot. You thought that was on a high vibration. No, shapeshifter maybe, incubus, succubus, but no, they weren't. And then when you wonder why you feel zapped or tapped out the next time, because they took y'all energy. They took your energy. So that swap happened. So, but if you're sleeping with a man or a woman that's on a high vibration, you're going to feel euphoric. You're going to feel high after it's over. And even the next day, your ass still going to be floating. Your ass going to be like, the choir singing. That's love and money and tantra. That's tantra. That's sexual tantra. It's not ever depleting. It's never degrading. It's always uplifting. So you don't fall in love. You rise in love. If you fall in love, that's a low vibration. If you rise in love, because it's freeing, it's elevating, it's levitating. So you should feel euphoric after an encounter, a sexual encounter with a man or a woman. If they're draining you and it's zapped and bad things are happening after you had sex with them or intercourse or entered the course with them, that's a low vibration. You don't need to go near that person ever again. Like, for real, for real. I don't care if that's the only fuck buddy you got. That's a fuck boy or a fuck girl. You don't need to go by that girl no more, and you don't need to go by that boy no more. If it's in y'all shit crashing, that's a succubus and an incubus. Y'all don't need to sleep with them no more. And now y'all got to go work on yourself to pick y'all vibration back up. Sexual energy is potent. It is so potent, and it's nothing to take lightly. That is a powerful exchange of energy. So you have to sleep with somebody balanced. But the thing is, these men shouldn't be nutting in all these women. That's why they're having all these children. And then all you women shouldn't be letting all these men nut in you. It go for y'all too, because y'all control the gateway. They control time. They are gatekeepers of time. And I told y'all this before. And y'all are what? Gatekeepers of yoni, of the womb space. So even if they beg, it's y'all that says no or yes. It's y'all that flap them legs open like a fish out of fucking water. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you got to learn some self-control. That's why you got to learn some discipline. Now, in the event of, and this is in my Tantra class on Patreon, and we've already discussed this, and I really don't want to get in on this because that's really my love Tantra shit over there. But I will say this, with a man ejaculating, if they're trying to create something, they'll use a woman to do it with. If they want to create by themselves, they just go sleep around till they create whatever they want to create. So they're using y'all singly without y'all having a commitment, which is why y'all ass shouldn't be sleeping with them in the first place. And if you are sleeping with them, you better know how to use that tallywhacker wand to create some shit for you if you are a single woman. So they're using y'all to create, but y'all ass ain't using them to create, but y'all giving up the coup de cat. That's how immature y'all ass is. That's how you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So if you're going to go out there and have Joe Blow be your bed buddy with benefits, or your coup de cat, your side chick, because they using some of y'all side chick because they ain't getting it from their wife. So again, they using y'all as side chick to create. all they need is a womb. It ain't got to be their married womb or their main womb. They just need a womb to create. Now, in the sense of y'all, with the cootie cats and the tallowackers, you shouldn't be allowing them to nut inside you, because remember, they leaving a piece of them and they snatching a piece of you anyway. And them wars, all them semens are gonna go to war in your brain and fuck y'all up, on top of all the other shit you gotta work on. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all, but y'all don't know that yet. And so I'm talking about in the sense of a husband and a wife. If y'all are dating, courting, living together under one roof, whatever. Because y'all grown folks. So let me break a little bit, science that down to your ass. You still shouldn't even be ejaculating in your wife every time y'all have sex. Semen retention. You'll live longer. You'll live longer. That's your life force, men. That is your life force. You will live longer if you learn semen retention. And then when you're trying to manifest something, you suck that energy, you pull that energy back up. You don't ejaculate, you pull it back up. You hold it in and you harness that energy. And you create with that energy and you let it marinate. And you do it again a week later, or at the end of the week, you suck that bitch right back up. Don't let that nut out. You suck it back up and you let it, you harness that energy, that your life force, right? And until you ready to see that vision or that dream, then you let it out. Till you ready for that manifestation to pop out in the physical, then you get the nut. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? Was that an orb? Was that a fairy? Ooh. Oh, well, I don't know what that was. That was somebody's something. But, and so you got to learn to harness that energy. And women the same way. And we already did that in the Taoism book. How the man let go a lot earlier, and y'all, the women never make it to the orgasm stage because y'all got to make it to the 9th level. A woman has 9 levels of orgasmic height, and the men usually let go around the 4th and the 5, which cheats the woman. Y'all remember we had that in Love, Money, and Tantra, that a woman has 9 levels of orgasmic stages, and most men do not make it to that 4th or the 5th, which is barely like a, 10, 15 minute, maybe 20 minutes of time before they want to spill the nut. And so it cheats. They get their vitality, they get their orgasm, but the woman doesn't get hers till she goes all the way up to the top, and that recharges her whole body. So when men are not letting the women get the orgasm, if that's what y'all ultimate aim is, to recharge the body, it's because y'all men are nutting quicker and they're cheating the woman. And that's why the woman gets hers first before the man is actually supposed to release the nut. Because after he released the nut, he out for the count. Oh! Did y'all see that orb come down that way? He's out for the count after that. He ain't no good. And y'all gotta what? Go finish up in the bathroom. Go finish up with a toy. Or go to bed unsatisfied. And that'll make a woman not want a man to touch her. So you see the part of how your fantasies and how the right partner go along. You have to have the same similar sexual appetite or understanding of, you see what I'm saying, how that thing work, how this thing's supposed to work, and how this thing gonna work. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's more than just getting in there, hitting it, thank you, ma'am. Hit it and quit it. That takes self-control on that man part, and that takes self-control on that female's part too. That's what elevation is about. That's what spiritual awakening is out. See, y'all, that's a whole nother level. Y'all ain't even ready for that. The hell, you're just getting this. So you ain't even got this yet. You just reading it. You just listening. So y'all ain't even on that level. That's the master shit. That's some master shit there. That ain't no little playground shit that they doing on this dating shit level and all this other shit. That's some mastery shit there. That's love, money, and that's sexual tantra. For the couple, for the boyfriend, for the wife, Kama Sutra. Exactly. Kama Sutra. Kama Sutra. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I get them love tantra readings for $85. I can't get him on YouTube. Go to my Adult Tarot. You're going to see it. You're going to see a whole lot. Okay? So again, that's Kama Sutra. Exactly. All those 100 poses, sexual poses, right? For pleasure, for fantasy and stuff like that. So, but again, it's elevating. But again, a man should be able to harness semen retention and help, for the self must know yourself. Exactly. So that was a little extra for some of y'all in the back, little in the front, to think y'all really doing something and y'all ass ain't really hitting the hill of veins. All right. But that's for y'all anyway, the practice, so y'all can practice some semen retention. Maybe y'all get somewhere in life one day. There are many devices with similar and gentler effects which have nothing to do with, okay, I did that, drugs and stimulant, Okay, according to the frequency and the potency of the chosen stimulant and its use, a person becomes an occasional, frequent, and continual dreamer. Such an individual is hardly ready for a satisfactory experience of love unless it is at an expense of great moral and psychological suffering. Women must be able to harness their O2. Exactly, that's what I said. Yep. They gotta be able to harness theirs too. It go both ways. She gotta be able to have ejaculation retention and their semen retention. All right. Just as a child suffers in order to become an adult, the lover is not really, we think that it's in releasing the ejaculation that it strips the youth. It'll strip the youth too. So some Taoists or some sexual tantrists will tell you it's not the act of having the orgasm, the big O, and then some will say it is, have multiple. So you're gonna have conflicting, because I got books back there, so you're gonna have conflicting information about some saying no, don't have multiple O's, and some will say, yeah, you're supposed to have multiple O's and it's good for you, it's recharging. And Tao says it's recharging for women, but for men, no, they need to harness it because they could go, like I said, boom, boom, boom to 5 different women, recharge in a few minutes after they sleep or whatever. But women can't do that. Women can't do that. We'll tap out. We'll tap out. That's we ain't gonna be able to do that unless you own something. And like I said, like in soft porn or porn, they mix what? Drugs with sex so that they can keep going like little bunny rabbits and shit. Because that's that bestiality, that's that animalistic nature. So y'all gotta be very, very careful because that becomes a fine line right there. And what he was talking about being natural and unnatural and the law of nature. So you gotta be careful with that bestiality shit to kick in on some of y'all asses. So you better be careful. Because I'll tell you, that's some powerful fucking energy. And that ain't no energy you want to play with. That is no energy you want to play with. So be careful out there. It says, in such individuals is hardly ready for the satisfactory experience of love unless it is at the presence of great moral and psychological suffering. Just as a child suffers in order to become an adult, the lover suffering from the disease of fantasy must undergo a painful process if he is to be cured. At times, it is difficult to persuade people that building castles in the air may lead to unhappiness and pain. There are people who would give up anything except the secret pleasure of constantly imagining pleasant situations with themselves as the heroes. Unfortunately, these people lead to inert existence without significant or stimulating events, except those who dream up. One could say that such people have given up real existence in favor of the imaginary one. Instead of doing and living, they prefer to dream. They suffer from the form of cowardice and impotence, which leads them constantly to avoid the risk of life, for the dream risk nothing. A woman looking for her Prince Charming will be greatly disappointed because she lacks any real concept of love. Somebody spit when they talk. I spit on my hand. A realistic view of love is the first step in avoiding the trap of corrupt love. So having a realistic view is the first thing y'all need to do to avoid the trap of a corrupt love. Often people have the idea that being realistic means sacrificing something and giving up what you desire. The truth is that just the opposite is more likely, that a person relinquishes realistic expectation just to satisfy harmful romantic ideas. This behavior can be seen in all walks of life. A student who lives in the world of fantasy with delusions and of grandeur will find it hard to become a professional, for instance. Only those who have realistic expectations can succeed, and even this will not ensure total success in love. A definition of love, what it is and what it is not, can help a person depending on motivation and degree of understanding and overcome fantasies and become realistic about it. So a lot of people have an unrealistic view of about marriage and about love and about relationships. They're unrealistic. Most often what an individual knows of love is limited to the knowledge of anatomical differences. Without knowing truly how men and women differ, this knowledge is indispensable for anyone wishing to define himself and his partner and to act consciously. Only conscious love is worthwhile. The other type leads to the bottomless well of nothingness. So only consciousness love, only conscious love, the divine love. So a lot of people out here are out here without divine love. Masculine and feminine do not simply represent difference in gender. Masculine and feminine do not simply represent difference in gender. They are universal principles. The masculine sex is in ratio to the universal male principle and the feminine to the female force. A man radiates the active principle of God and the woman the passive or conceiving force of nature. Neither is superior to the other. They are merely different. One should understand how different they are so that there may be understanding and communication between them. All right? A man may frequently underestimate a woman due to her apparent physical weakness and apparent lack of intellectual brilliance. This negative concept disappears nevertheless when he realizes that her intelligence is as effective as his. Although it is directed another way, it is of a more practical quality than an abstract one. In a sense, one may say that a man is more intelligent than a woman in abstract fields, whereas She is far better prepared to face practical situations. She rarely invents things, but she is better prepared than a man to use the inventions in a specific way. Men must once and for all destroy the myth of their supremacy over women, thus forcing them in turn to relinquish their frayed attitudes and defenselessness and weakness, which they have adopted from ancient times to wield power over men and thus balance out their physical strength. And that's why some men hate intelligent women, because they think that they dick makes them more than a woman. And just like this book says, and this is a man that wrote it, women are more sensible when it comes to applying it, putting that into use. If power was a dick, that would be all the power they got, right? So it says we must master our feminine and our masculine inside. Yes, and that is what I've been telling y'all the whole time. That's what I've been saying the whole time. The balance of the yin yang, the principle, the feminine energy and the masculine energy. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all the whole time, or show y'all the whole time. So, and that's why you got these men out here, these patriarchal men don't want to see anything different than what he's just saying right here, because they ain't read this book either. Those that think that. And it doesn't matter if the man is Mexican, doesn't matter if the man is white, doesn't matter if the man is black, doesn't matter if the man is Indian. It says the man, the masculine. So it's talking about all of them, no matter what color they are, what nationality they are. One of the first requirements in the formation of a real couple is to establish an equal relationship. Whoa. Whoa the fuck, whoa. Did y'all hear that shit? One of the first requirements in the formation of a real relationship, of a real couple, is to establish an equal relationship. And that's why a lot of y'all are with narcissists right now, because they think that the woman is lower than the man. And that is a false sense of a relationship. That's a karmic relationship, is what we call a karmic relationship, because they don't see y'all as equal. Your own spouse don't see you as an equal. Your own spouse seeing you as something less than. You're incapable. Ooh, this is deep. They ain't gonna like this one. Otherwise, one will always exploit the other, as the weaker will take advantage of the stronger. Wow. They on that red pill asleep. Dang. Equality is in this case refers mainly to the maturity of the ego. And that's another thing we talked about, the maturity. Everybody say they grown ain't mature. That's why I was telling y'all, a lot of people, I'm grown. No, you're not. You may be grown, but you ain't mature. That's two different things. So you're talking about the maturity of the ego and the intellectual level of the person. So it says equality is in this case refers mainly to the maturity of the ego and the intellectual level of the person. So a lot of these people their ego ain't mature, and they ain't no intellectual level. And that's women and men, and you can hear it in their voice. So that's where your value is coming from. The value ain't coming from you got a cootie cat or a tallywhacker, or you make a certain amount of money. It's your maturity of your ego and your intellect. Now, how y'all gonna get intellect when y'all don't read? How you gonna get anything up here intellectual if you don't read? You gotta read to get that. You gotta use your imagination. You gotta stretch your imagination. Else y'all will be just dumb women and dumb men with a third grade education and vocabulary. That's what I'm talking about. It is hard to believe, however, that a woman, and then you won't be able to help that man troubleshoot whatever he brings in. You won't be able to use it practically like he said over here. Women are good at doing that. But if y'all got a dumb man, how you gonna use it? He gonna lower you. He's gonna lower y'all. And if y'all a dumb woman, y'all are gonna lower him in his ability. That's why the saying says, the man cannot rise no higher than the woman he associates himself with. A man can rise no higher than their women. That's why that's a saying for us African folks. Because a black man can't rise no higher than the woman he's associated with. His woman. That's on his side as an equal. As an equal creator. A dual creatorship. It's just y'all got different roles, like he said. Delta. And y'all got to know the roles. Rules of engagement. Okay? It is hard to believe, however, that a woman really wishes to compete equally with a man in view, that's because they distorted feminines and distorted masculines. That's why. In view of fact that out of convenience, she is used to transferring her responsibility to him, delegating. Baby, come get this. Can you lift this up? I can't get it. I don't want to break my nails. Convenience, she is used to transfer responsibility to him through, they gotta have something to do. There has to be a need for men. Men have to feel needed. They have to be wanted. They have to know that there's a need. I can't get this box, honey. Can you come get it? I'm so short. Can you reach that up there and get that for me, please? Thank you. Love you, honey. Oh, let me scratch your back. You know, helpless Heather. You got to be helpless Heather, but not helpless Heather. But you got to make him feel wanted and needed, because that's when they go into action. And then y'all can have that practical stuff that they do, what they do. When you get them into action, then you take whatever they do and you practical that shit. They have to, facts, the billionaires marry the intelligent women. You know, because they can do something with them women. They understand the game, the rules of engagement. They understand feminine and masculine energy, principle. That's why. Y'all shouldn't be intelligent wanting a dumb man just so you can look smart. All right? And vice versa. All before they were billionaires, right? Through deeper analysis, one can conclude that a woman has two perfectly clear responsibilities in her life. Either she becomes a protege of a man, thus prematurely ending her possibility of evolution, or else she places herself on the same level by undertaking similar responsibilities. In the first instance, the couple will be unbalanced. For most of it, the matrimonial space will be occupied by the man. Thus occurs in a case we will study later, where a woman adopts extreme attitude and allows the man to maintain her, assuming this is how it should be on account of her attitude of fragile Eve. In reality, she will tyrannize the man complacently to satisfy her thirst for power and dominance. This type of behavior can be open or hidden, for in this field, the man cannot compete with the feminine in astuteness. So either she's going to be submissive or self-servient, not like be a doormat. I'm not saying that. She's going to lower her masculine energy so that the man can be a man and she be in her feminine energy. And delegate a lot of stuff for a man, not her do all the stuff like the man do, because the man acts, the man goes into action. So you have to lower your feminine energy, y'all, if y'all want to find a man. You can't be out there hard as the man and not knowing how to balance that feminine energy at. We all have feminine energy if we're single. I mean, masculine energy if we're single. We all in masculine energy if we're working, because we got to get shit done. That's masculine energy. But when you come home, your masculinity should be lowered, and you should be able to sink into your feminine energy and let the man run the house or do the man shit, or you even still balance it out and bring it down a notch, right? So then if not, you get these bossy women that are business owner or in charge and, you know, CEOs, and they want a little man, a little softy that they want a beta, really is what they want. They want a beta so they can tell them what to do or feel like they're the man. When y'all do that, y'all force the man into the feminine role. So that's how the man becomes defeminized and get into that feminine energy and be soft and be beta, because y'all are acting like the man. So if y'all don't want to wear the pants, soften that shit. Delta. What the hell she into? Soften it, because you're forcing the man. It can't be two men in there, and it can't be two women in there. So y'all gonna have to see which role you want to play and play that role. But just know you're not gonna, if you're in the masculine energy and you're a woman, you're not gonna get an alpha man. Just know that. You're gonna get a beta, because there can't be the same two energies in the house. It doesn't work. You can't go against the laws of nature. So y'all understand? When I come home, I want to be able to just be and not be in charge. Exactly. You want to be feminine. You want to be the feminine. You want that guard to come down. You want those walls to come down. You want to be relaxed. You want to be expressive. You want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Creative. You want to be, you know, doing womanly, girly things. You don't want to be trying to still be in overdrive when you came home from work, you know. And some men keep us in that overdrive because they're unequally yoked to us, that we come home and we're still in, because we're the man in the house. They're fucking roommates. They're fucking couch potato, or they just a body in the bed and nothing else. So that's like, y'all may have somebody physically there, but y'all the man, and you really might as well be single, to be honest with you. Because it's going to be hell on wheels. It's going to be hell on wheels doing it like that. You're going to have a headache after fucking headache doing it like that. Because that's out of natural order. That's out of natural order. So he ain't going to compete with that. No man is going to compete with that. You just going to force them into the feminine mind aspect, and he gonna be doing all the fucking chores and shit and cleaning or whatever, you know. I gotta get over here because I'm getting sleepy. I'm gonna come back to that. I want to get over here. I want to get over here to this graph, because I'm getting sleepy reading. I don't even know if I can do it. I guess I could. I can try. Oh Lord, I can try. What time is it? 8:47. We've been on 3 hours in book club. God damn. Ooh. In order to go into greater depth into hermetic studies of the human couple, the law of magnet polarity, which governs the relationship between the sexes, must be discussed. First of all, neither men nor women are entirely masculine and feminine, for men possess only 3/4 masculine energy and 1/4 feminine energy. Whoa! Did y'all hear that? I don't think y'all heard that one. Men possess 3/4 masculine energy and 1/4 feminine energy. Women have 3/4 feminine energy and 1/4 masculine energy. Now you see how we got to complete ourselves? So if you're coming in here a female, I have 3/4 feminine energy, but 1/4 masculine energy. And if that's a man out there, or if I was a man, I have 3/4 masculine to my 1/4 feminine mind. So there's another piece there missing on both sides of us. There's another, he's missing a portion and I'm missing a portion. He's missing a portion of the female and I'm missing a portion of the masculine. Y'all get it? This 1/4 part of the opposite sex in each is what causes the majority of clashes in the couple and what impedes a harmonious relationship. Oh! Damn. This percentage represents the norm, but the percentage can be different either from birth through genetic problems or from childhood or adolescence as the result of phenomenon outlined in this book. When the principle which rules each sex is diminished to below normal 1/4 percentage of the opposite sex trait increases and becomes exaggerated, giving rise to homosexuality and lesbianism. This change in ratio also accounts for the shy, diffident, or effeminated man and the domineering manly woman. It said it must be understood that a man has a brain with a feminine polarity and a woman with a masculine one. The importance of this fact will be evident as this work unfolds. For now, the focus is on the percentage of the opposite sex, which we all possess, a percentage which should be gradually eliminated so that a couple may obtain harmonious perfection. A man should become 100% male and a woman entirely female. Stop trying to eat that paper. How did this proportion of opposite sex traits, which we all have, originate? Where did it come from? Hermetic tradition informs us that before Adam and Eve appeared in the world, man was androgynous. That means we could procreate by ourselves. We could procreate by ourselves, possessing both sexes, and that the masculine organ of one inseminated the other and vice versa, right? And that both gave birth. Sexually, it could be like hermaphrodites, similar to like hermaphrodites. They have both phallic and that could be a congenital thing maybe, but they have both vaginas and tallywackers. But this is talking about we both could procreate because before Adam came, that's what we could do. Sexual differentiation arose when some who were stronger than others and who feared the pains of childbirth tied down the weaker ones in order to possess them and not be fertilized by them. So that's like saying men will go out there and get these low vibrating women pregnant and tie them down so they don't get fertilized by them. So tie them down with babies and keep them stuck and stagnant so they can maintain their masculinity. So it's psychological engineering, okay, at its finest. It's everything that and in between too. But that's why they say y'all shouldn't sleep with everybody and have all these baby daddies and just open your legs, because that's what's keeping you chained down. So because you've not developed into your full woman. And so you don't develop into your full woman because we had babies early, and that happened with our grandparents. They were pregnant at 14, 13, 16. They had a house load of kids, so they never developed into that maturation as a woman. Every man should be 100% man, and every woman should be 100% woman. But if you're being tied down with babies, you ain't completed yourself, because guess what got your focus now? The babies. And guess what you need now? Masculinity. To do what? Take care of your ass, right? To take care of all your babies. That's what Kevin Samuels was talking about. Everybody having all these babies, and then y'all can't take care of these damn babies, and y'all expect these men to take care of babies, especially babies that are not his, and you're not even getting the men that you had the babies by to take care of the babies that they had. That's what he was trying to point out to some of you sisters, but you refuse to listen. You want a man that's not his baby to take care of you and another man's baby. He was respective of his seed. Listen to what y'all asking. Y'all asking a man that is not his baby to take care of another man's baby, when this man was a responsible man to not just spread his seed everywhere and make babies. And y'all expect that man, because he got $100,000, to take care of y'all ass and some man's baby. Make it make sense. No, you need to grow up and become that 100% woman and take care of you and your baby. Or close your legs until the baby get grown and leave home. That's what y'all need to do. Focus on raising the baby, not getting the cootie cat wet no more, because you're going to keep making babies and expecting men to keep taking care of y'all that the babies don't belong to, because y'all not going out there making them responsible for taking care of their babies. But y'all want to make somebody else take care of your babies. No, no, and no. When do you grow up? When do y'all grow up and mature? That's why y'all are the gatekeeper of the yoni, and they're the gatekeepers of time. If they come around and it ain't the right time, tell them no. If they come around and they not the one, tell them no. Because they can't get in the promised land in heaven unless y'all let them. They can't get in there unless y'all opening up y'all legs for them. Women be bearing these men. So, babying these men. So, I guess that's what you were saying. With this, one organ became a trophy, and the differentiation rose. The energy of the atrophied organ persisted, which is preserved, however, in the form of that percentage of opposite sex trait, which exists in the individual psyche. To understand what love is and how the human couple can behave, it is necessary to understand how this proportion of the opposite sex manifests itself in people. What are feminine characteristics and attributes in men and masculine ones in women? It should not seem strange that many of the characteristics which are masculine in women become feminine in men. The condition of gender does not lie in the equality itself, but in its application. Now, this is what I was trying to get to. Oh, God, Lee, I thought I wasn't going to make it. I was getting so sleepy. All right, because I saw this when I flipped the page. I was like, shit, I got to get to this tonight. I want to read this. It says, the following is the brief list of the characteristics which stem from the opposite sex trait in each person. In addition, there are many other traits which are difficult to describe, for there is no adequate language to define them. Wow. No, it's not, Nancy. Twin flame ain't hard to find. No, it ain't. Everybody not on a twin flame. People out here so bent out on twin flame, and everybody out here ain't even on a twin flame. A lot of people didn't even come here for a twin flame. It's not hard to find. You can't go out seeking for something that's not part of your mission. So don't go out seeking for a twin flame. That's not part of your mission. That's not part of your mission. That's not what you come here for. See, people getting it twisted because of all the tarot talk and stuff. And they, I got to find my soulmate. Oh, I want to find my twin flame. Oh, I got to, No, you got to get this shit right here. You got to get this right here. This right here leads you to the one. This right here. Get this right here for now. We in book club, but still, get this right here. Don't talk about no twin flame. Get this right here. I'm not reading cards. Get this right here. Get this right. Concentrate. What you hear me reading, not tarot, here. Because everybody ain't come on that level. Everybody ain't come here for twin flame. Everybody in the world can't be after a twin flame. Too many people. That means the whole world would blow up in a day because we'd all learn our damn lessons. It wouldn't be no reincarnation. You know? So here's the masculine characteristics in women. So the masculine characteristics in women. Listen to this. The masculine characteristics in women. Aggression, bad temper, bitterness, capricious, coarse language, destructive, impulsive, disloyalty, emotional frigidity, envy, hate, hypocrisy, hysteria, irresponsibility, jealousy, laziness, lust for power, matriarchal behavior, morbidity, narcissism, possessiveness, pride, prudery, sadinism, selfishness, self-pity, sexual frigidity, sharpness, talkativeness, and vanity. Masculine characteristics in women. Feminine characteristics in men. Avarice, bad temper, boasting, cowardness, disloyalty, emotional and intellectual aridity, exhibitationism, explosive character, franticism, fantasy, lack of willpower, laziness, love of comfort, macho behavior, machoism, narcissism, passion, physical and verbal aggression, pride, prudery, hate, hypocrisy, hysteria, irresponsibility, jealousy, lack of self-control of the tallywhacker and everything else, selfishness, sensuality, subjectivity, talkativeness, vanity, weakness of character. We all fucked up, ain't we? Everybody fucked up with that definition. Everybody got a little bit of that shit. And that go to show you that I was talking about men can be narcissists and women can too. That's proof right there. They both can be narcissists. We can get it from the mother or the father side, depending on, and then remember I said we both are empath and narcissist. It depends on just who you're talking to at the time or who you're communicating with at the time. This neighbor over here could see me as empath. This next door neighbor over here could see me as a narcissist because of how I relate to this one versus how I relate to this one. So that's why I said you're both empath and narcissist, just at different times. Just like you're God and the devil, or Satan and the devil, or angel and a demon, or the higher or the lower self. That's the same. It's the polarities. It's the extremes meet. Just as far as you are on this side, you just as far as that on that side. Just as kind as you is on this side, you just as dangerous on this side. The pendulum. So that go to show you, it's a lot of women out there narcissists, and it's a lot of men out there narcissists, right? But all the way the character is, what you're looking for, right? Now this is feminine qualities in women. Balanced libido, clear controlled imagination, equilibrium, frankness, generosity, gentleness, friendship, harmony, humbleness, love, loyalty, naturalness, objectivity, prudence, realism, responsibility, security, self-control of the cootie cat, self-control of the cootie cat, and everything else, right? Sweetness and understanding. Okay? Masculine qualities in men. Activity, capacity for understanding, controlled strength, courage, emotional and intellectual flexibility. Not rigidity, flexibility. Equilibrium, frankness, harmony, humbleness, intelligence, lack of prejudice, logical reasoning, mental and psychological stability. They ain't cuckoo. Modesty, moral rectitude, non-chauvinistic behavior, responsibility, security, self-control of the tallywhacker, self-control of the tallywhacker, self-control of the tallywhacker, and everything else. And then spirituality. In order to understand how these opposite sex traits, characteristics work in men and women, 2 examples will be given. It is necessary to understand that what makes a woman feel jealous, aggressive, bitter, or hysterical is the tremendous insecurity she feels about her lack of definition as a female. Feeling weak in her femininity, she seeks an exaggerated compensation for her lack of esteem. That means a low-value woman wanting a high-value man. Not being realistic. Which unfortunately manifests itself in domineering, bossy attitudes more suited to the opposite sex. So she's either going to be overly mad, like it was saying on the first part. She won't want that just to have a man in the bed, but run the whole show. Just to have somebody in the bed, in the house, to make people think she got a man and he's a little beta, a little wimp, you know, a little softy, like to be told what to do. Don't wear the pants in the house. She wears the pants. So a lot of women will let men shack up with them, sleep with them, just so they can feel like they macho and running shit. They just want a dick. That's it. That's it. To be blatant, and that's all they want. They want, and then when they get done, they want to kick them out. And but in the interim, they've been and had a baby by the food, like a dummy. Like a dummy. You've been and had a baby by the food, and then kick the motherfucker out, and then want the next man to come in there and mother and father your baby or whatever. That doesn't make any sense, y'all. That's unhealed love. That's unconscious love. That's not love. That's not love. And that's why a lot of people, a lot of us have babies, or our parents had us, they wasn't in love. We wasn't created in love because they didn't know what love was either. Our parents and grandparents didn't know what love was either. They surely didn't have this information. Shit. If they did, we all be better off. In a man's case, he also feels his virile qualities are weak, and to compensate for this, he adopts attitudes which are marked by escapism, the lack of manliness, infantilism, insufficient virility, passivity, lack of control, aggression, and exhibitionism, the hypercompensation of the homosexual or asexual man. Well, now, I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all can let that marinate till next time. So we're on page 31. Well, I got to go back and get, well, I got to go back. Did I finish that? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So we're on page 31. This was episode 12. We went to 1 through 31. Wow. Well, there's our book club. So I got that out the way. Now I can get to the signs. Yay! And my readings, okay? Hope y'all enjoyed the book club today because it was a long book club day. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. Woo! Now y'all hear like, oh my God, I didn't know it was all of this. I didn't know that this was all of this. So we read more than 30 minutes tonight. So we really don't have to touch another book for the rest of the week. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Y'all like, shit, I'm tired. I don't need to read no more for the rest of this week. I can just marinate on the books. I'll watch the video over and over and over again, and that'll be me on audio reading the book. Gratitude. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. That's sharing the love, because caring is sharing. And anybody that's not willing to share knowledge and share information, do not care. Because y'all can get that book and read it to your damn self, really. You know, that's why I don't read all the books, because I just point out certain stuff. But y'all can get it and now read it yourself and have it to refer back later and catch yourself before you wreck yourself, because you need that book. There's another orb right there. We've been had orbs even in reading the books, y'all. You know this ain't nothing but spirit, because I ain't even doing tarot. I'm doing book club, and we got orbs in book club. So what that tell y'all? What does that tell you? My God. Orbs in book club too? Love this. I'm excited. Because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And when you're chosen to do something and you're in light energy, them orbs coming. The light beings are coming. They proud of y'all. Your ancestors here, the spirit guides are here. That's what that's symbolic of, them orbs. The spiritual realm. The light beings are drawn to the light. They drawn to the energy. That they are loving the energy. They're enjoying the energy, so they're showing themselves. So that's a good thing. That's a positive sign for anybody that want to know. It said, no gatekeepers, I'm KU. So share, I mean, that's a good book. I hope y'all get it and read it and put it in y'all library. That way y'all can teach your little nieces, your little nephews, your little girls about this book, so that they can be acknowledged, when, you know, be information wise, when they grow up, they will be able to distinguish what real love is, and not just be giving their little cootie cats, being hot in the ass and managed and giving their little goods before they can even get married. So this is a good book. I'm telling you, my spiritual brother said he gave it to his daughter. Boy, it changed her life. She said, Daddy. He said she was so glad that he gave her that book, you know, when he did. And that's a real father that will equip their daughter with a book like that, so that they don't get used by these men. Y'all women need to do that to y'all daughters. I don't care if y'all don't have a man in that damn house right now to this day. Y'all hear what I'm reading? You know that's true? Get that damn book and read it to your daughters so they understand. So that way they can't say, well, my mama didn't teach me. Like we gotta say, oh, well, our mama didn't teach us the birds and the bees. We had to go out there and make a mistake, have babies early, learn on our own. Why would y'all want y'all child to grow up like that? Equip them while y'all can, before it's illegal, before thinking is illegal. Shit. So use it for your nieces, your nephews, or because men can read that too and learn a lot from it too. He read it, of course. That's why he passed it on to his daughter. So men can read, your guy, your boys, your sons, they could use it too. So they know that women are, you're not supposed to be beating them up and making them as a doormat. You're supposed to be seen as equal. But that's, like I said, how they keep the patriarch system alive, by thinking that the woman is lower than the man, or vice versa. We're all creators. One part that, one part that. Boom, there it is. You gotta balance the energy out between your masculine and feminine energy, and that's when you have a Kundalini rising, because you're in balance. You're in yin yang, and now you maintain that balance. You maintain that. That doesn't just go away. You can't just. Nobody can take it from you. They can try to just get on your fucking nerves like some of these peasants do, but that's about it. They ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just maintained inside yourself. That's why when you got it, you got it. Can't nobody take it from you, because you got it. That's why. Because look, that take too much damn work to get that. That take too much self-work to get to that point. You know? So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Ray be hovering. Cookie. Ray be hovering, huh? You're welcome, Nancy. Thank y'all, collective. Thank y'all, newbies. Thank y'all, day oneers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9ers. And thank y'all, moderators. Thank y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed that book. Get it when you can. If not, we still going to continue to read it. We're on page 31. So we'll pick up where we left off at when I get on pop-up again this week. Because I feel like that was going to be a good book. Like I said, I'll get another book for my Patreon account. So if y'all want to join Patreon Adult Tarot, I think it's like $10 or $15 a month, but it'll be a different book. I won't do that book. I'll get a different book. But I'm glad that book, because more women in 20s and 30s need to hear that book. That book gonna save a lot of you women's lives. I don't care if you're my collective or not, or my soul tribe or not. That's gonna save a lot of y'all some headache if y'all get that book. You can thank me later. You're welcome. You can thank me now. You're welcome. You know. So if it's a benefit of y'all, you get it. Send a donation later. You can. I'll put everything down there at the bottom. When I drop this video, I'll put all my contact information down there at the bottom as usual. So if it hits you, donate, reciprocate. If it was a blessing to you, reciprocate. If you learn something, reciprocate. It don't have to always be about tarot all the time. Just information, period. Spiritual information, period, and spiritual, knowledge and intuitive messages. I'm just glad to help. I'm glad to be able to help. That's all. You know. I'm just glad and able, you know, if I heal, we all heal. If we heal, I heal. So we all healing together individually on some level of the interaction. If we doing the work, like we say we doing the work. So I'm gonna read that. So thank y'all, appreciate y'all once again. Peace, love, and harmony. I think I may get in my budget book. Don't forget y'all budget book. Get your budget book. Do your lots of traffic on sex magic on Google. Lots of traffic on sex, huh? What that mean? Lots of traffic on Sex Magic on Google. All right, y'all. Peace.